Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. I know it was a good one. We had a great church service. We had baptismals happen. It was a really great time. This Sunday, nonetheless, we're here for a special work. Some sort to take a nail. Now, the reason for that is I think going forward on the thumbnail photo, we're going to have a piece of work of some kind that demonstrates what we're trying to avoid by doing these live streams. So, again, let me, and I know there's only a couple of you here right now, but if you are watching this now, or if you're watching this in the later on, let me know where you're watching through, see where people are watching from and what is going on. So if you are watching, pull up our thumbnail photo. Bam, here we go. All right. I know we're going to be taking a look at your guys' work, but at the same time, I just want to take a quick look at this photo here. And pretty much let you know, guys, this is what we're trying to avoid. This is what we don't want to have happen, all right? Obviously, over here on the left, somebody had a great idea. It must have been fantastic. At some point, they just plastered this all over this poor person's back. Somebody gave them faith. Somebody had trust in them, and they decided to put this on their back, right? Now, it's understandable that when we have no idea what we're doing and we're trying to learn stuff, that it's not going to be good. It's not going to go well. But here's the deal. Don't do this. Okay, don't decide that, well, I don't barely know what I'm doing, but you know what, if I just do something humongous, it's going to be awesome. It's not. Try to do small stuff, right? And so we have the portrait, the face on the other side, right? So this is demonstrating when we do stuff that we shouldn't be doing again. Only this person probably knows how to tattoo. They may have done those flowers that are in that photo as well, which are, they're all right. So, but they made a mistake and they went and took on something they shouldn't have. They clearly did not practice this on paper first. They did not practice this on fake skin, all right? So that is why it is our thumbnail for today. Be careful out there. We always want to push ourselves to do something new, try something new, but we have to be careful to not push ourselves beyond what we can do, all right? So it's tough, but we have to keep ourselves in check. So nonetheless, that is why that is the thumbnail photo, because I thought it kind of demonstrated what we're here to try to avoid. We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for every detail to be right, every single line. We just want to say, hey, don't do that. Hey, do that small. Hey, try this. Hey, blah, 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 right? That's what we're here to do. We want to avoid stuff like this. All right, guys, if you want to send your work in on the live, send it to that email scrolling at the bottom of the screen. That's artmesomething@gmail.com. Artmesomething at gmail.com. Also, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on that red little line down there at the bottom. DaveInks.88 on Instagram and Death Punch Inc. on Facebook. All right. Is that all the intro stuff I have? I believe so. We're going to drop this down. Again, this was not anybody's work that they have sent me. This was just some stuff. You've probably seen these pieces floating around on the internet. Just grabbed them, put them in a thumbnail here and said, hey, look, we're trying to avoid this kind of stuff. All right. If you've made these mistakes, it's okay. We're just trying to avoid these mistakes. This is what we're trying to do here on this stream. Contrasted. Yes, guys, if you're here, give the stream a like. Look, YouTube has pretty much dropped a lot of us. All right. They don't really promote our stuff anymore. We're pretty much kind of left out to float. There are a lot of YouTube creators in this situation. Lucky for me, it's not the end of the world. I'm just here to help people out. I'm just, you know what I mean? I've kind of just relaxed and enjoying the process of getting to know people here and building a little community, right? So nonetheless, like the video. It helps it out a little bit. Share the video if you know somebody who's struggling or somebody that could just use a little bit of maybe a pick-me-up or what have you guys. So nonetheless, guys, let's see, where are you guys coming from? Contrasted. We're just going to say hi to a few people in the chat, and then we're going to open up our emails and get to it. We will have Andy B will be here shortly, but no worries. We'll get all this stuff out the way now so that we can get down to business in just a couple of short minutes. All right. Hello, Sharon. What's going on, JB? How do I get critiqued? Send your work to the email scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Here in about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to start this off, okay? Just giving people a few minutes to show up, say hi in the chat. Get in the chat. If you're on your phone or you're just watching, say hi. Get to know everybody, because I'm telling you what, if you got questions, the chat is nice. They're going to help you out. There's some valuable people in there that, you know, they've experienced stuff. They know some stuff. They've screwed some stuff up. They can share some stuff as well. If you have questions, put it in the chat. We will try to get to it. If not, again, other people might help answer your questions. What machines, what inks, you know, all that stuff that you're struggling with in the beginning, you're not sure. Don't be afraid to ask the chat, because I guarantee there's people in here that will absolutely help you out. Okay, who else do we got? We got DJL7. Steve, what's going on, man? Thank you. Let's say Contrasted, good to have you here. Jules, can I still submit mine? Is it too late? Absolutely, you can submit yours. I don't know how many I have right now, but I'm pretty sure we're not overloaded yet. I'm almost for certain about that. Let's see. Shanna, Contrasted, Sharon, Amber, welcome. Hello. Oh, right. Utah. Contrast, you're on Utah, man. Right on. Glad to hear that machine and that fake skin's working out for you. Think Tank, what's up, brother? Lake Placid, Florida, Destiny. Nice. He's roasting out there in the humidity. Let's see what else we got in here. Amber, South Jersey. Lived in Jersey. It's an interesting state. It's not my favorite. I don't blame you for being there, but I understand. Andy B, already here. Dave, you're here. Oh, damn, Andy, I'm sorry. I had to scroll down. I didn't even see he had to, oh, man, I'm a turd nugget. And you probably can't hear me because I don't have my headphones on. That's right. Well, let's get Andy in here since he's been idly sitting there. Oh, man, I suck. Let's get Andy in here. Andy, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Dave. Am I here? Can you see me?
I can. I didn't see you over in the corner because I had too many screens pulled up over there. Oh man, that's funny. All right. Okay.
You're very.
Anyhow, let's.
You're quite blurry, Dave. Quite stuttery tonight. It's video.
Is it blurry?
Yeah, it is for me.
The video's blurry. Man, it's probably that way for everybody. It's. I'm not sure what's going on, but that has been the way of things here. I am just gonna move some stuff around. Let's see, Andy. If you guys want to follow Andy, you can follow Andy here at these spots. And say hi, Andy. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Yeah. Here for another Sunday. Well, not roasting. I was listening when you were going through it all. I were already in, Dave. But yeah,
nice.
I like your thumbnail. Yeah, I have seen them pictures before.
Yeah.
We're not here to roast. We're here to help. So, like I say,
absolutely.
We've all had to learn from some point. And you've all got
we've
got to have a starting point. Although, I'll tell you what, I'll give credit where credit's due this week, Dave.
Yeah.
You smashed that. It goes out to you, does this one, Dave? You smashed that portrait out this week.
Thanks, Andy.
And they're not the easiest things to look, but we all know they're not the easiest things to do with graphite on paper. And I've got to admit, mate, you really, really did smash that one out.
I really appreciate that, Andy. I really, really do.
I mean, you know, Dave, I've been chatting longer than you, and I'm not putting portraits out. You know what I mean?
You know,
it's beyond my comfort zone.
It's funny how life goes. I told myself I will never tattoo faces when I got into this. It was like, remember somebody asked, "Do you ever think you'll Never, like never, ever going to happen." So it's just interesting to see how many times we've said we're never going to do something or that's not for me. And eventually just, you know, it maybe, you never know, you know? But thank you, man. I really, really do appreciate that. It was a little stressful, but enjoyable.
Yep. Credit where credit's due, Dave. That was a nice portrait with that.
Thank you, sir.
Because, like we say, we see so many, shall we say, and I don't mean this in a bad way, we see this so many badly done that it's nice to see them when they're done good, they're done right.
Mm-hmm. Very true. It is true, but you know how it goes. We always see the failures in our own, like the little things. So lately I've been getting a little bit better at just posting, you know, because if we look too hard, we're going to see every little flaw and you'll never do anything with anything, you know? And lessons learned. Sometimes you just got to get out of your own head and accept that not everything's going to be perfect, you know, and it's okay because it's good, you know?
Yeah.
But All right. Well, thanks again, Andy.
No
Thank
problem.
everybody for being here. We got 50 people here right now. It's awesome. Give the stream a like, guys. And it looks like we got about 10 or so emails already in. So hopefully we'll be able to get to as many as possible. Sydney, Nebraska, Jeremy, right on. Think Tink. Hey, Dave, what's up? Best way to send photo for critique. Email, scroll at the bottom of the screen. Send your work there. Send your work there. Jeremy. All right. Okay. All right. Said hello to everybody now, I think. Well, Andy, how's your week been real quick before we jump in here?
Well, I say steady. No, I've been busy. Nothing majorly project, just all bangers, small tattoos. But
Good stuff.
Then again, you know yourself, Dave, I predominantly deal in smaller stuff, bangers, and that does shop. I don't have a massive amount of big pieces, half sleeves,
Oh, I saw I saw that stitch you did. That was cool. I like that. I like that guy. I saw that.
That's on my daughter's ribs.
Oh, that was your daughter's, huh? Oh,
yeah,
man.
Daughter's ribs is that one. Dad, freebie tattoo time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ribs. Yeah, got one of those this week.
She's one of them. If she had to pay for them herself, she wouldn't have any at all.
Gotta love it. Oh shoot, no, I can't say that. I was gonna say something I better not. All right, let's get to this doggone thing. We got Contrasted is coming up first. The first one sent in. Let's take a look at what we got. What's happening, Dave and Andy? I hope you both are doing well. I think we are. Got the braces of my wrists now, and physical therapy. Here's a few I did last week, just messing around. I would love to know your gentleman's input. Rugrats, one color is supposed to look like crayon. Okay, so the Rugrats one is supposed to look like crayon. All right. And remember, I think you broke both your wrists or something there, Contrasted? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was him, right? Yeah. All right. With broken wrists. Ooh. I like it from here. We're going to get a little bit closer, but I love the contrast. Yeah. Oh, man. I personally liked the line weight. Lines look pretty good. The black is rich. Nice little bit of mid-tones in there. I personally like this one. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, it's a nice piece. Nice little piece. It's not a horrible piece. I'd have liked to have seen a little bit of lighter shading. There's a lot of dark tone in it. I'd have just liked to have seen a little bit of lighter. Maybe, I don't know. I'm only being picky now. It may be nice to see a little bit of stipple shading in it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Just diversify, just from straight up shading, whip shading, and that. Just try a bit of stipple shading for a change. I think it'll look nice, but it looks nice as this piece.
Yeah,
Lines aren't bad. Lines are not bad at all.
No, lines look pretty good. Yeah,
fundamentals are there. It's just a case of honing skills now. From there on in, nice piece.
Yep. And I think in the beginning, well, for myself at least, I did a lot of very heavy black stuff, and I'm not against that. Actually, I really do. But as I started to get more comfortable with the softer tones, the lighter shades, then I was able to kind of transition to blacks where I really want them, and then light tones. So maybe in the beginning here, you got a lot of that dark, which is really nice. I love that contrast, dark to light. And then maybe try getting a little bit into those, 3 drops of black, the rest water kind of a thing. Try to get comfortable and see how those light tones lurk in there too, like Andy was saying. Then you can kind of mix it and match a little bit here and there. But overall, man, it looks pretty cool.
Yep.
Actually, I like this. That fake skins, like we've talked about in the past, it's a son of a gun to actually really get ink saturated nicely into fake skin. And I think you actually achieved this nicely here. I think anyhow. The blues are good. The greens are nice. It's a simple color palette. The cartoon wasn't really crazy and having tons of colors. The lines look good. I think this is the brand Real Skin, if I'm not mistaken. It looks good. That's my 2 cents on that one.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's hard to cleanly pack colour. into fake skin, and hats off to Contrasted here. He's done a really good job packing that colour in. I mean,
yeah, even these light tones too, and it can get kind of like
couple of little patches, but that's the skin.
Right.
That's not his, because it's 99% there. But that's just the fault of any false
fake skin. Yeah,
yeah.
And considering pretty decent for a false skin stuff there for sure. Oh, this is cool. I like the
nice
dimension we have here. Yeah, yeah.
A little bit
Very
more,
cool.
Like it says, a little bit more dimension in this one, which I do like, rather than a straight up flat.
Right, where we had flat, but that again, that was kind of for the most part, I think how Rugrats were designed. Were here, this is cool. I actually specifically, personally, like the red character. Not that the green's not cool, but the red one, I think, really you get more of the curves and stuff. And very cool, very cool.
Nice.
Nothing really to critique here, man. I think it would all be personal preference for the most part. So looking good, man, and I hope them wrists start healing up for you.
As they heal, it should just get better and better as they make wrist heal.
I think so. I think it should, hopefully. Yeah. Jerry says he loves real skin. Absolutely, Jerry. That is a fantastic brand to use. The fake skin you're using, guys, listen closely. The fake skin you're using will make a huge difference in the outcome. I'm not saying it's going to take your lines from horrible to fantastic. That's not it. But definitely make sure that if you're getting into this, invest a few dollars into yourself and get yourself some decent skin to use. All right. Anyhow, guys, if you have questions, put them in the chat. If we get a chance to answer them, we will. If not, I'm sure somebody in the chat will help answer your questions, no matter what you think it is. I get a lot of questions in comment form, and I can only answer so many. But if you get them in here, it's a little bit easier to answer them verbally and from a bunch of other people. All right, this is from I don't really know their name. I'm not sure. So let's take a look. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like the bold outline around the outside. It's very simplistic. We can tell what it is.
Yeah. Clean outlines.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nice smooth shading really there. Nice. This is nice. Yeah, not bad. I see some vibration in the lines here, but I don't know if that might be intentional because I don't see that ever. Well, I guess a little bit here and there, but overall it's not like super eye-catching because the shading is pretty cool throughout. Not too bad. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the photo looks like. This hand looks a little like interesting, but again, we're not over here beating this up. This is pretty decent. You're on fake skin as well, so I don't think you're hurting anybody.
No.
All right, let me check something over here real quick. I guess that's okay. Oh, let me get rid of that. Boom. There, that's what the problem was. Okay. All right. Yeah, not too bad, but it kind of has this kind of scratchy look, and I think that might be coming from, I'm not sure how you put this in, if you put the color in first, then dark over top of it, or dark first, and then try to go in with color. But I don't know.
Looks a bit muddy.
Yeah, it's a bit muddy. And sometimes mixing black to try to make all your colors darker ends up with this sort of muddy look, and it's not really what you want to go for. You want to, for me anyhow, I mix each color in the cap. I know a lot of people, or some ways of doing things is you go through and you black and gray the whole thing, then go over that top of that with color. I don't really personally don't do things that way. I kind of like mix everything right there on the spot and put it in. It tends, in my opinion, to take away some of that muddy look. But
yeah, if I'm doing big areas, I'll mix. If I'm need a lot of one color, I'll mix the color in a cap. But other than that, I usually mix in tube as I'm going along.
Yeah. Oh, he's right here. This is Lance. He says, I put dark over top, and I feel like that was the issue. Yeah, that's going to be your issue. And that's probably why it has that scratchy look, because that's that black you're trying to like pepper back over top of everything. So, yeah, okay. Well, at least you kind of know that's probably your issue there, because it's cool design. The lining is all right for the most part, and you're on fake skin. So, again, not the end of the world. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think this is, it's okay. See, so this is as far as I can tell, a pretty crappy, no offense to you, good job considering what I'm about to say. This is a pretty crappy fake skin. Like the quality is that real thin stuff, which makes, color saturation, the whole 9 yards, a real hard thing to do to get color purely saturated. And that's why I'm looking at this going, this doesn't really look super saturated. And it's probably just because of the fake skin you're using. So with that out of the way, it's going to help your lines out too. It's going to help your lining out a bit too to get a good fake skin, try real skin. Other than that, I think that would take this piece right here up a notch. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, it's doing yourself no favors with this fake skin. Couple of little, it's showing everything up on his line work, especially. Is that because it's too thin and he can hit himself going through the skin? If that's the case, what I'd say is get a piece of foam or something, put it underneath it. You know what I mean? Underneath your real skin, put it underneath. Plus, it'll give it a bit more movability as well. It acts a bit more like skin anyway if you've got a bit more softer padding underneath it, rather than just being on a hard table. Because let's be right, Dave, when have you ever tackled anybody that's rock solid like table underneath? Never.
I did to myself once. Just kidding.
Just got to get that one in. I've not been working out, but I tackled myself really well.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, but like I say, I think his drawback here is the skin itself. It does need some better skin. Some better fake skin is going to bring this person along leaps and bounds, because what he's doing is there. It's not horrible. He's just got some shaky lines, bit of weak shading or peppery shading.
Oh, hey, we're going the wrong way here. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was kind of feeling out the chat. Oh, we got a real tattoo there. Feeling out the chat there, and he was saying that. What did he say? He also has new fake skins on the way. He said, "Yeah, I got some from your video. That was the Batman." So over here, as we can tell, this one is also on that. But then we hit this Batman and see the difference.
That's the
quality is a bit better.
But look how clean this tattoo's come out.
How much more saturated that black is.
And as mad as it seems, this is a good instance of buying cheap crap skin, fake skin, thin stuff, over buying a better, a thicker quality, fake skin. His work looks worlds apart, and his work looks, well, it looks like he's come along in 6 months, just from changing his fake skins. It's like he's got an extra 6 months under his belt.
Absolutely. That's how much the difference is. And I'm sure how much knowledge and appreciation was gained from working on this stuff, then getting a good brand. And somebody asked, what's a good brand? I've used True Skin. It's really nice as well. But Tried and True is your brand, Real Skin, REEL Skin. I'm sure you can Google it. I'm pretty sure you can order it straight from the company, Real Skin. And it's worth the extra few bucks. It's absolutely worth it to, as you guys can see right here. I'm sure this Batman is very simple, but hey, look, it's done pretty well. Clean. And in that you can clearly see. And so now we got one more over here on actual skin. Now I'm not really sure if this is in the healing process or whatnot, because we got these little glistening spots here and there. But I think overall it's pretty good. I also like the face, the line work is pretty thick and solid. I don't know.
I like his use of color. I like how he's done the mask and the gloves, where he's got like the darker purple, faded out, whipped it out and faded it out into a lighter purple. And
then used the skin tone as the lightest part, and then hit it with a highlight.
It's a nice sticker illustrative tattoo, full color tattoo. It's nice. Is that?
Yeah,
I like it.
Nice job. Dude, I was trying to figure out what are these bumps and everything. I couldn't see. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I turned my head sideways and I saw it. It's the Batman logo, and he's inside of the Batman logo. Didn't even see that until right there. Okay, good to go. Nice job, man. Nice job, and thanks for being in the chat. And that bad symbol integrated was pretty cool there at 322. Amber, I like the color contrast in that. Absolutely. And Valentine, she says, after all these I've seen so far, let me put this on the screen. What is this? Oh, whatever I lost. She says she feels bad for sending hers in.
Don't be feeling bad.
Don't feel bad for sending yours in.
No.
Don't feel bad. I mean, what's the worst we're going to do is point you in a better direction. And if it's really, really bad, we'll just tell you, hey, just,
keep at it, but stay on.
7 months of. What's that, Andy?
Yeah, just keep tattooing, but keep on fake skin. That's what we're going to tell you and give you some pointers.
Yeah.
We've all got to start somewhere.
That's right. What is going on, Danik? Nice to have you here.
Danik, hope you're working, mate.
And again, guys, if you're watching and you're not in the chat, get yourself in the chat. Talk to the other people here. That's honestly what I found in this tattooing community is it's about community. And the community we built here is decent people who are just, all across the spectrum. So if you're watching and you're not in the chat, get in the chat and just have a question, ask a question. People will help you out. You can share your social medias with each other. I've seen a lot of that happen since we've been doing this where people have gotten to know each other and now they're passing information back and forth. So anyhow, I just like to encourage that whenever I can. Also, give the stream a like and share us with your friends if you think it'll help them. All right. 7 months on tattooing, 12 years experience on art. All right.
Cool.
All right. Okay. All right. We got a little. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit cleaner now. We got the skull back there. I'm going to get a little bit closer to this lines. I see that line going around the outside. It's not too bad, actually. Yeah, we got a.
This works. There's a couple of little bits.
Yeah, but that's not bad.
No, just underneath, a little bit. Bottom of the skull, it's just a little bit dark for skin. You could have done with it a little bit more open in bottom here, and maybe just a couple of skin breaks here. It's just registering a bit dark. Whether it's grey washes and it's going to heal lighter, is thing. And then the other thing to watch for, the other thing for this kid to watch, if you zoom into like the hands and in the feathers, his finer line work.
Right, and some of it's not even there, no lines.
Yeah. It's barely there. It's some of the finer line work. It's like round the hand. I understand there is a style like that, but it's just something to watch for as he's going around his line consistency. Is it in? Is it not? I know sometimes worst thing is you put a line in, it'll go around low, it'll go around perfect around your stencil, but when you wipe it, it's like half of it's in and half of it's not in. It's like, shall I actually go back in and try making a mess of it?
Right.
Or shall I just leave it? Is it a case of that? Yeah,
could be. And the other thing is I kind of like the placement of it. Kind of fits being right back where it's at. I do want to bring, since somebody asked a question, and I'm what's the best tattoo ink? I use Extreme Tattoo Ink. Guys, if you're in the chat, throw out your suggestions. What's your favorite tattoo ink? And if you want to share why, go ahead. I don't really have a why, but I use Eternal, Intense. I even use some Moms. So yeah, the best is subjective, but just get a reputable brand. Just use a reputable brand, like you say, Intense, Eternal, Solid. There's plenty of them. Moms is, it's good too. I use them. I like Starbright for their white mainly. But Starbright, I do like Starbright actually. I've got a few. I went and got a few of their colors the other day, and I like them too. Anyhow, boom, and help answer that question in the chat, guys, if you could. If you have any suggestions for the person asking the question. Next up, Andy, we have. All right, here's my 2 pennies. Is that it's getting close. It's getting close. So we got lines that are just a little bit sloppy, right? They're oh, good heavens, excuse me. They're not horrible, but they are a little bit sloppy here, a little bit scratchy. But we have some nice shading in some spots, and then in other spots, it's like, I wish there was a little bit more depth in those, And then over here, I like this one a little bit more. This one, this mask face one over here, I feel like it has a little bit more of the depth in it, black, and a little bit more of some of the places, I guess you could say. But again, I think we continue to work on the fake skin here for these style pieces because the lines still need a little bit of work, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yep. Like you said, there's a little bit of work. The one on the right hand side, I actually prefer.
This one here, yeah.
Yeah, the one on the left hand side, like you said, there's some areas that are really, really scratchy.
Yeah.
Some areas are in, some areas are scratchy. It's a little bit monotone.
Right.
Areas this is where you get onto the right one. The one big bugbear that's standing out for me is round the top of the hairline. It's got a big, heavy black line, you know, around the outside of the hairline. But then, the hair is like a medium grey. Whereas if it had come off that line with a little bit of black and then whipped it off into medium grey, I think this is just one of them cases again where it's suffering from some solid black whipped out into the medium grey, which would just give it that bit more contrast. But other than that, it's just a few bits of lines
I agree
to work on. But artistic wise and creativity wise is there. It's just a bit of getting used to his shading, you're getting used to his washes and his colours and obviously his line work fundamentals.
Yep, and here he's got a nice fake skin. It looks like a pretty decent brand. Again, we can only ever tell, Andy, by like the edges. And I'm starting to learn the color in photos of Real Skin. I think this is Real Skin. He's using the brand Real Skin, and it's right there. I mean, it's not bad. Like we're saying, it's just little things. You know what I mean? You want your work to be as good as humanly possible, as best as you can get it on fake skin. If you're going to attempt that style on human skin, right? Real quick, I want to throw this chat out there because you guys did fantastic helping the last individual answer those questions. Think Tank says, I'm about to upgrade to a new machine, and I'm thinking of either going the Avenger 2 Pro or the Flux Max or the Bishop Packer, maybe Cheyenne Unio. What's everyone's opinion? Also open to others. Of the ones up there, I use the Bishop 1 Packer. Love the machine. Great for color packing, for lining. And a lot of people use it for shading as well. I use the Bishop 1 shader for shading. But nonetheless, that is my input. And guys,
my machine, I use an Arena A-Hawk for mine. But I'll tell you the other thing that's just come out. It's actually literally, I've just seen it come out this past couple of weeks. It's worth a look at. And if you want a bit of an all-round machine, which I'm tempted myself just to actually get in and go have a try with, is the Mast Flip Pro.
I've heard good things about that.
Variable stroke, variable needle length, and also it's wireless and everything. And to be honest, it's not going to break your pocket either if you're just getting into it.
Nice. Yeah, and actually, somebody else actually in the chat here said that they use the Mast Flip Pro, and I heard good things about that for a while now.
Yep.
And you've used it, Andy, or you're gonna use it?
No, I've looked into getting it.
I
think the only downside I can see with it, Dave, is it's a swash drive instead of a direct drive, which I think a lot of variable strokes. What I can see, I think a lot of machines that you can do a variable stroke on do seem to be a swash drive machine. Yeah. So you've just got to take into effect that they may hit a little bit lighter. So if you think you're going to be lining with the 4.0, you might be better off putting it to a 4.2, you know what I mean? Right. To get the same sort of feel out of it. But I've been looking at it, and like I said, it's not a wallet busting thing. So for anybody that wants something with variable stroke all rounder, right, and it's wireless.
Oh, heck yeah. That's the thing, guys, is when trying to figure out to get a new machine, it's always stinks because there's so many options. You don't know what to go with. Somebody loves this machine. Somebody loves that machine. Sometimes you feel like you got to spend the bazillion dollars so you can guarantee you have something fantastic. At the end of the day, it's a motor, you know, and it pushes the needle up and down. So try stuff out.
To talk to Contrasted on that. He just says he's got a Mast Flip Pro.
Right
really
on.
Nice and adjust easy. Is it the full wireless one, contrasted? And did you just get it with the one battery? And could you pick? Is the two, or could you get a second battery for it? And that's the information I couldn't find out.
Yeah, another person. The Flip is perfect. So hey, that's awesome to see that. Maybe you can try out the Flip then. For person who had the question, you just never know. I mean, sometimes there's something else out there. I know somebody else said they're using the P6 from CNC that had adjustable stroke as well. That one's not going to break the bank either. I know we gave one of those machines away here on the channel. It ran pretty good. It was not wireless out the box, That's the thing. Other things to weigh too. Do you have to buy a battery? Do you need a power supply? Does it come with one? So a lot of stuff to weigh there as well. So let's jump back into this while you guys can easily talk about that in the chat. And again, guys, if you have questions, get in the chat and ask them, because there's people in here that have tried different things and done different stuff, and they're going to help you out. Build a community, get to know each other, spread the love around. So here we go. We have hit the skin. And I'm not the hugest fan of it, but it's not horrible. It's not even bad. I wouldn't even say it's bad. I just, some of the lines are but for the most part, the lines are all right. These little tiny lines you have here in the cry later, not too bad. You didn't botch them, so they're not like drawing your eye to them. Where it gets me is probably this like shading we have here. I don't know. I think when it heals out, it's going to look even better, because that's the beauty of black and gray. But, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's heavy black, a little bit of shading. My brain's going through a process. So it's like, I like this, don't like that. Well, maybe I do like this. Maybe this isn't that bad. Okay, fine. It's not bad. Andy, I'm just going to talk myself into a circle. What do you think?
I actually like the composition. The composition on this one. Yeah, that's my take on it. I actually like the composition. Just some of the line work want a little bit of, help, shall we say? Yes, it does.
A little bit.
And I'd just like to see the bottom left-hand ribbon, when it's rounded off, and I'd like to have seen that maybe come off to a point. The ribbons come off to a point.
Right.
There is little bits of shading, a little bit. Is it perfect? No. Is it horrible? No. Does it need work? Yes. But you just need to sit back. Not a great deal. Like I said, just got to sit back now and look at this and think, right, I've been on skin. What is it? That line's a bit shaky. That's a bit wobbly. That's not quite in how I expected it to go. It's not saturated. A bit like the top face, the chin, where it comes into like this little goatee beard. The shading around like that, it seems to be dark, and then it just has one random white spot in the middle. It'd be nice to have been a bit softer towards it all.
Sure.
But they're just style.
Yeah.
Just styling that out.
I am noticing up here too. And again, it's a good on you. I mean, you're in the beginning, you're working on tattoos, you're learning, right? But watch out for this up here, because it appears when you're doing it like, all right, it's packed in there, it's saturated, but this black through here it's not really there. You know what I mean? When it heals, you're going to have light spots. I spend way more time than I want to packing in black and lettering, because a lot of times that red ink comes through and you think it's packed in there, it's good. And then you find out later after it heals, it's like, what the heck happened here? Nothing happened. You just didn't quite get that black all the way saturated through here, through this letter in here, right? And it's just little things, right? It's just little things, because as a whole, it's going to be okay. And God forbid you have to go back in there with a needle later on. What bugs me really, probably more than anything, is the bottom face. And again, as a whole, I think it's a good piece, but this line right here is bugging me, because it just does not fit right. And this teardrop here, for whatever reason, is a little bug. But again, guys, just nitpicking stuff because you're learning. You're still there. Overall, nice job, man. I'm sure he likes his tattoo. All right. Oh, Aaron says he has a flip, and it's great. So maybe I ought to just get a flip and do a video and let you guys know thoughts on it as well. Been tattooing. This is Tamir. Been tattooing for a year, and you've been a big help since day 0. So thanks for all the guides that you've uploaded. Keep up the good work, and I hope I'll be in the next tattoo critique. I hope you're in the next one too, man. But for now, you'll be in this one. So let's see what we got. Yeah, I don't think this is too bad.
No,
I mean, that's some saturated black, you know.
That is it.
Saturated black. Yeah. Nice. I mean, this little line right here might come out a little light, but I mean, it's kind of hard. You're running across a lot of weird surfaces here too. You know, you have like a dip here and an up here. So overall, I think it's pretty decent. You can always go back in and you know, fill that in if you need to. But overall,
it's not bad. That black's in. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
It could have. It's got quite a fine line round outside, which isn't horrible. Like I say, a couple of light spots. I think personally, I think that line round outside might have been better, a bit thicker, run a 14 round shed around it.
Yeah, you could go fat with that.
You
Sure.
could have gone fat with it and then kept the lines inside thin. I think it'd just been a nice trade off, but that's just personal.
Right, right. Yep. We got a few lines here and there, and the face is a little funky because I'm not sure what these. But again, if you just look at it from like right here, it's like, it's not bad, you know.
No, but then again, we don't know what the stencil was that went on.
Yeah, I don't know what it was supposed to look like, you know.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, this is, you know, these lines aren't too bad. I don't know how. I'm assuming this person is learning. That's why I'm. It doesn't say been tattooing for a year. Okay, all right, all right. It's not bad. This red is saturated real nice, and most in the black again is saturated nice, and most of these lines are nice. I don't see too many wobbles. They're relatively consistent. Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting image. Yeah, I don't know, not bad. Okay.
At least he's keeping. It seems to be keeping simple.
Yes, and that's what's nice. I mean, watch. We'll click to the next one. It'll be like a Mona Lisa. Because every time I say something, I always put my foot in my mouth. But you're right, Andy. Simple work, clean, relatively clean. You know, and saturated black. This is cool.
Yeah.
Somebody was just asking me what's a good like matching tattoos. This is kind of cool. This is a good little like
couple of pterodactyls.
Yeah, yeah. Well, nice job, Tamir. Thanks for sending those in, man. It looks like you're, you know, moving in a decent rate and in the right direction and doing things I would consider correctly. Guys, give the stream a like. I'd really appreciate it. Share this with a friend if you wouldn't mind as well.
Yeah, there's a lad just in here, anonymous prepper. Best advice, and I get him to know, best advice for when you're learning fake skin is he's got it on there. Do it over rolled paper towel. Get your fake skin. Never mind sitting it when you get comfortable having it on a flat surface. Get it. Do your stencil. Cover it over rolled paper towel. Tape it there. It acts like an arm or a leg, and it's squashing. You're having to stretch it more. And let's say you start pulling straight lines when it's on a curved surface and it's bouncing.
Yeah,
and that is some of the best advice ever. He said is that. Get used to working on stuff like that before you jump onto real skin. You know, get it wrapped around something.
Absolutely. The more curved you can make it, the better. Yeah. Because you got to try to plant your hands, a stretching hand and a tattooing hand on a round object. Sometimes it can be quite tricky. And obviously, and also on top of what Andy said too, what's great too is set it on something, whether it be your armrest or whatever, and don't move it. Because you know, if you're tattooing on fake skin, you can just flip that sucker over, do it this way, flip it this way, do it this way. Practice not being move around it a little bit, be realistic, but don't, try to treat it like it's going to be a person sitting in a chair that can't just flip over on their head every couple of minutes so you can do a line. So let's see. I tattoo on fake skins on rubber. All right, we're gonna jump into the next person here. My personal artist picks of my tats. I don't know what that means. My personal artist picks of my tats. Okay. Well, first off, the photo is a tough one to really see.
I can't see it there.
I can't really make it out, Andy, to give them any like, hey, you should do this, that, or the other, because this could look fantastic under the right lighting, or it could look real splotchy and hard to read. So not sure. It's pretty cool from what I can see. Again, it's not the
BHC really jewels, those are mine.
What's that?
BHC jewels, those are mine. It's the start of a sleeve of beloved characters of mine from anime and cartoons.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
I can't make them out off the photos. That's the problem.
Yeah. Try to send a better photo, and I'm not saying we'll be able to get to it today because I go in order. But if nothing else, worst comes to worst, next Sunday, 5:30, be here if you can. Send it in, and we'll get a better look at it, all right? Because, again, we could tell you one thing, and it could be totally off because the photo is just hard to read. All right. What's good, pack black? Anonymous says, what's good, pack black? I don't know what that means. What's good to pack black? What's a good whatever to pack black? All right. I know it's sad I know it's sad. I know it's bad and lines are wonky, but I'm happy how it turned out considering my experience. Thanks for
Cool.
your videos. They help a lot. First work on fake scan after a few days of practicing. Okay. All right. So it's been a few days. Lines are a little wonky. What? Well, I don't know. Again, this one might suffer from poor camera or hard to tell camera work, but
Yeah, it's got some.
I can't tell. I can't tell because
It's
if
got
it's
lines.
black,
There's lines missed. I don't know whether it's the camera that's making it look grey, really, really
right.
grey.
Yeah, it
But
looks great on my side too.
besides that, I'm looking at the line. So some of them, it's quite smooth in areas. Some of them, then it just gets away from the person in other areas, and it's like picking a line. First knife on left hand side, halfway down blade, is stopped and started, but he's picked the line up, and it looks like he's outside the line when it's picked it back up again. You've even got videos on this, Dave. You're coming back. You'll stop a line when you start a line. You just don't drop straight back in. Start going down it like an aircraft's landing, isn't it? It's just come down and then ease your way back into the line and then carry that line on. So at least then you've got the flow or which direction you're going in for that line to carry on from.
True.
He's missed the line there, but yeah, I mean, keep practicing, Paul. Just keep practicing. It's only a few days in or whatever.
And hold on to this and see what it looks like in a few months. Go back and look at this. But yeah, you wanna spend a little time. All right, so you got a little taste of doing a piece. Now spend some time, flip this fake skin over, or do something, and just try to run a real smooth line. Run 5 of them. Are they the same depth? Are they the same consistency? Try to connect 2 lines. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to make a piece of work. Have fun so you make your piece of work so you've got like that fun part in, right? I used to play drums. That's like, have some fun, play the drums. And then once you get that out of your system, then go and try to work on, a certain thing, right? That's kind of more boring, but it'll help you in the long run. That's the same thing. Go back and run some of them lines, take the time, blah, 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 pack black into a little square, get comfortable, things like that. And then go back and do it again, right? So it's kind of hard to look at this one piece and point you in a direction, but it doesn't seem like you're doing horrible for a few days. Keep going, man. Yeah, single pass lines is always the best if you can. So yeah, what's going on, John? All right, Autumn, you are up next. Autumn Todd, check out my work. I've been tattooing for a month now. The live laugh is the first one, and the most recent one is the Japanese symbol. Okay. All right. For a month. I don't see no fake skin on here, and you've been tattooing for a month. One. Yeah, you see, okay. All right. No fake skin, tattooing for a month. And I think you're already hurting yourself.
Real skin's cheap.
Yep. And this might be you as well up here. I'm not sure if you're in the chat. Let us know. And live, laugh, love. Right. Okay. So, what we're going to say. Lines are rough. They're scratched in.
I wouldn't want to live with it, and I really don't love it. So we're going to have to laugh at this one, Dave.
Yes. We'll live.
Yeah.
We'll love the work later on. Yep. Yes. Oh
no! Off the hand.
What? I don't even want to say what I think this is. Okay.
It's like a pair of bollocks.
Yeah. What'd you say?
It looks like a pair of knackers.
Oh man, I'm not trying to beat this person up, but hey, you did this. They did this, right? Yes, no. Thank you, Dan. I couldn't. Hopefully, they don't kick us off for this. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe here. Not sure what it was supposed to do. Okay. Inverted heart.
Yeah, but it's.
This is why we draw this stuff. This is why we practice on fake. This is why we say what we say, guys. This is
fake skin. Fake skin. You're scarring people. You're marking people for life. This is red. This is done in red and black. They understand that even if they want to go for laser, red is one of the hardest colours. It's a really hard colour to get off people. Laser, reds, yellows, whites, the light blues. They don't want to play a ball, even when you're lasering them off. And this is on somebody's hand. So if you put this on somebody at 18, that potentially they could have this on for the next 70 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And listen, what Andy's talking about when he says this is the hardest to take laser off, his part of his business is they do laser removal. So he's certainly not speaking out his rear end. That's absolute facts. Okay.
Yep.
You know what? All right, Autumn. I hope you're learning from this. Okay. Again, here we go. Now, I don't really see much improvement from here
From the first one
to here, clearly, and to here. So, what, fake
missed
skin
lines, and it looks like they're having a hard time getting the ink in, so they're going, just trying to scribble it in, to get the lines to stay.
And that comes from that depth, controlling the hand, which you learn and you get comfortable with these things on the false skin, fake skin. Yep. We got the dead horse in the corner. We just keep beating him up. Okay, well,
slightly better.
Absolutely, slightly better. But again, we're just kind of building this up, right? We're just kind of building this up. You can really tell through here. This wasn't necessarily, in my opinion, lined and then filled in. It was kind of just slowly sculpted and built out, which is not the end of the world. But at the end of the day, it's not helping you at all. You're not getting any better. You're not getting any improvement here by doing the same thing over and over. So I think we're all in favor that Autumn Todd, work on some fake skin. Get on some fake skin. We're going to drag this out right here. Might want to stick with fake skin for a while, and there is no disrespect in that. There is nothing there, right? It just is what it is. So moving on here. Moving on. Who is yes, I would like to get tattooed. Someone to want to explore where do they get those people? Oh, okay. All right, just checking out the comments, guys. Well, John, I think satirely is saying, come on, guys, it's obviously an inverted heart. Obviously, John, what were we thinking? All right, this is from JB, and I'm just scrolling to see if he says anything. No words, but I can look at this top one. I think we're on to something here. Yeah, this looks pretty stinking nice, man. Pretty stinking nice. Not a lot of lines, but I think it's going to hold itself together. I'm pretty sure this is already healed, or at least it looks healed in some spots. And I think it should hold. Maybe in a few years, you might have to go through and put a little tiny line, little thin line here and there. But overall, I think it looks really nice. The shades are super soft. It's super legible. It fits the body part pretty well. Those are my 2 cents.
Yeah, nice piece. Just coming through a bit blurry on my end, this picture.
It might be.
Sharpening up. But it's a nice piece. It looks smooth. It looks a very, very smooth piece. I would say whoever's doing this has been tattooing for a while.
Well, JB, and he says he's been tattooing for 1 year. JB, nice work for 1 year, man.
Very good. Very, very good for 1 year. Liking it. Liking your progression. Like I say, I'd like to see, there may be some more pictures on here. I might be going, say right. Before I get a thing. I'd like to see some work. I'd like to see some work with some fundamentals in it. With some more line work so we can see it, so we can take it from there. But there's no detracting from this piece. I'm not going to detract from this piece at all. It's still a nice piece. I'd just like to see some work with some fundamentals in it. That's all. But I might be wrong. You might go to another one.
Right, we're gonna see one with fundamentals. But as far as like shading and grayscale, nice job. I think it looks good. It reads pretty well. It looks like it might be healed as well, or maybe just freshly done, but there's not a ton of redding all over the place. So let's check the next one. And here we are. All right, Andy. Nice. These lines look pretty good.
Yeah, that's a big 2 fingers up to me, isn't it? There you go. There's some line work.
2 thumbs up. Color packing's decent. I love the 2 shades we have here. Don't we always just put our foot in our mouth all the time?
Yeah,
Andy?
I'm loving. I tell you what, I'm really liking.
I love that thick line.
Yeah, but I love this. How he's done this purple underneath. It's outstanding. How he's done this like galaxy.
Yes.
Blended his colours, got his star in like galaxy. Yes, I will tip my hat to you there, JB. Nice work. Nice,
Tipping it.
clean.
Nice job, JB. Thank you. Also, guys, again, if you're out there and you're watching, get in the chat. I'm telling you, there's people. JB's in the chat. Maybe JB can share some with you. Danik's in the chat. There's a lot of people out here who have information. So if you're just watching and you're like, it's fine, jump in there, say something. If you got a question, let us know. We'll throw it up on the screen. We'll let other people help answer your question. Again, we're just here to share information, help everybody out. You guys get to know other tattoo people who are in the same boat, maybe in a further along, further back. Just help each other out, learn something along the way. So again, if you're just out there watching, give the stream a like and share it with your friend, obviously, if they need any help. But get in the chat and talk, communicate. JB, put your Instagram, Facebook in the chat so people can follow you and see your journey as well. It's just cool. Also, if you would like, gotta do this every few minutes here, every like half an hour. It's been an hour already. If you want to follow myself, you can follow me at daveinks.88 on Instagram and Death Punch Inc. on Facebook, guys. If you want to follow my journey, the process, I've been learning to tattoo over the last 3.5 years. And it's just been really cool to share that here with you guys and also have your experiences shared as well. If you guys would like to follow Andy B, follow his work again at LS Inc. 2019 on Instagram and on Facebook, LS Inc. Tattoos. So with that mamber jamber out of the way, we're getting back to work. All right. Fantastic job, JB. Let's be blown away by the next one. Oh, I hate you, JB. Yeah. Get out of here. I love this. I like the thick line work, the nice, smooth, soft shading, thin lines throughout. Like it. That's my thoughts.
Nice. Clean. Solid. You know what I mean? Solid piece. Reads well.
Yeah.
1 year. What is this? What were you saying? 1 year, 3 months in. Well, to be fair, JB, keep it like this, mate. You've got no problems at all, pal.
Yeah.
Just all I would say to you is keep it real. Work your way up. Don't bite off anything more than you can chew. Don't jump in with 2 feet and take a full back piece on all of a sudden. Work your way up, and well, you've got it. You've done it. It's there. It's clean. It's nice. It's for everybody to look at.
Absolutely, man. I think the client likes it. It's gonna heal all right. Maybe. Oh man, sweet, dude. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I like it.
I'm off home. See ya.
Yep. No, it yeah, it just looks good, man. I like where the eyes are right on. You have the lines right where you need them, just a little bit to like hold the nose, hold the edge. Look, we got this thin little line, just enough. Yeah. The ears detailed. Fantastic, man. Obviously, you have a artistic or some kind of a I've drawn before background, which is a good thing when you're getting into tattooing. It helps. It definitely helps. So thank you, JB. Thanks for sharing your work with us, man. It's been 1 year. I look forward to seeing your work in 2 years, and then hopefully you'll give me a job in 3 years. And yeah, so awesome, JB. Let's check out Jeremy. You're up next. That's a tough one to follow, guys. That's a tough one. Sorry, Jeremy. Feel for you. All right, bit of a blurry image. As it's funny though. It's certainly a funny tattoo. I think the line work suffers a bit. I can see a little bit of it out here. We can see a little bit of it around the hat. The color saturation, well, it's not really saturated. It's there, but it's not, might not be there forever. And if this is healed, you can obviously see it's lightened up a bit. So maybe look into a few videos about packing color and maybe just take your time, move a little bit slower. Those are my 2 pennies on that one.
Yeah, could be a bit better with color work and that punching it in, making sure it's in, shading it out.
Oh yeah, Danik says, did he try a sticker look? You see that little bit of white, Andy? That's a good point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I
mean,
but
just the mark, but
I know it's a big thing at the minute. They're doing like these sticker effect ones that look like they got corners peeled back and
right.
But they do take some pulling off.
Yes.
To them ones. It's same with these patchwork ones that everybody's doing now. You know, that look like they're sewn into skin.
Right. Oh yeah.
they're not for everybody to pull off, aren't them?
I thought about trying one of them just so I could record it and share my experience with it. I might still.
Or the patchwork ones.
That's what I'm talking about. The patchwork where it looks like stitching.
Yeah.
I think they're clearly just looking at them. They look tedious, but it could be cool just to, like I said, just to share my experience and maybe help somebody out. Here we go. This is as far in as I can go on this particular photo. We got a little bit of a shine down the middle. My 2 pennies on this one is the line work is better than the last one for sure. And the color saturation is better as well. It's a simple tattoo, 2 colors plus black, but it is better. So progression is there.
It's better. Line work's better. Like I said, it is better from the last one. Only my thing is, like I say, colour is in, it's saturated, I've got nothing. It's just a bit flat for me, but that's personal. That's, you know, a couple more colours, but it just depends on what he's got in his palette. But as for getting it in the skin and getting it on somebody's arm, he's done that. You know.
Yep. I agree. Not too bad there, Freddie. Not too bad. And yes, embroider, Aaron's correcting us. Embroidery. Yes. An embroidery tattoo. All right, Jerry, you are up next, man. Let's see what we got here. All right, Dave. So I've been tattooing since May 2022. So that's May, June, July, like 3 months. I work construction full time, so I have limited time to practice, and that sucks. I totally understand that. But I've been watching your videos and practicing every chance I get. I can't tell you how much help you have been. I absolutely love tattooing, but I'm not sure I got what it takes. Please have a look at my skins and tell me what you think. In order, there are tattoos 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. By the way, I'm Mandy's dad. I had a message. I had a message from Mandy, and I don't always get the opportunity to check all of them, but every once in a while, if I see a message and I have the time, I'll reply back. And I happen to see Mandy's message, and when her dad, which is this person here, Jerry, wanted to know in less time, next chance I'd be live. I said I wasn't sure, but for sure we'll be live on Sunday. And they were just grateful for some stuff and whatnot. Thank you, Mandy's dad, Jerry. Let's take a look, buddy. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh,
not bad. I mean, yeah. Not too bad. So just looking at one piece, Jerry, in my opinion, the lining it'll use a little bit of help, right? But you're still learning. It's only been 3 months. That's no time at all. Practice a little bit on paper as well. That's going to help you as you progress, because I can tell some of the shading in here could be put in a little bit more smartly. But I think it comes from just a slight lack of experience doing this on paper to a higher level. So it's not bad in my opinion. I think it looks pretty cool, but
yeah, it's you know, it's not horrible. It's not bad. What I could see is just it needs to work as well. Like you say, be nice, get a bit of experience. Draw these first. Draw them with pencil before they go on to skin, so you got some good reference. I'm just looking at his black areas. It looks like he's it might be the photo, it might be the skin, but some of them looks like he's scribbled his black in and worked it in instead of going around his slow circular motions. Slow your hand down, make sure it's just packed in nice and steady. Just going too fast with black, for super solid black,
right?
Especially if you're on, shall we say, human skin. If you're too quick over it, means you've got to go back over it and back over it and back over it, and you'll chew them up. But you could just looking, it just looks like he's going to be, you know, a bit scribbly to get it in.
Yeah,
but that's just slow your hand down and try circular motions, mate.
Yeah, definitely when packing the black in color for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here we have something different now. Boy, it's all right. So looking at this one, it's like, oh, cool. Both pieces so far, and again, I won't put my foot in my mouth for the next one, but it's like it gets a little bit closer. So this is good. Line work, as you can see in the eye, you can't hide it here, in my opinion, on this particular piece. The line there. I like the style you're going for here, but again, like I told somebody else, take the time and just practice your lines. You know what I mean? Just run them on the back. Just try to get them consistent curves. Draw some S's and follow them, and try to get those lines nice, because you're using a small liner to do this with, and those are the hardest ones to to get consistent clean lines with. But we're working. I see this. It's looking pretty cool. It's just falling, just in my opinion, because I know where you're trying to go. It's just falling a little bit short, right? But we are getting some other values in the shading here, which is an improvement in my opinion. All right. But as a whole, I think it looks good. It looks good. I'm trying to. What the what? Get the what in the? This is a first. Boy, oh boy, this is wild, man. It's weird to see yourself as.
Has he done? Has he done? This doesn't even look the same. This doesn't even look the same category as previous two.
Oh no, this looks way better. Thank God.
That looks way better.
Thank God, man. Oh, you nailed it, man. Yeah.
That's cool. That is cool.
That is fun.
You can't, I'm sorry, but you can't critique that. You cannot critique that there.
Perfection.
That is cool.
Perfection,
it's spot on. 110%.
Oh, man. That is
love it.
Awesome,
you
dude.
You weren't expecting that coming.
I was not at all expecting it. You got to send this to me. I'll give you an address there. Because I would love to. I'd love that. Just think it's cool that somebody tattooed it.
You just can't critique it. You're not allowed to. I'm sorry, that's it. You're not allowed to.
Old pictures, short beard. That's fine. That's fine. That's just hilarious, man. That is cool. I really do like it though too. You've got like the glasses and the hat, man. That's my favorite.
But he has captured the likeness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because everybody knew. You can't deny it. Everybody knew who it was straight away.
Man. That is good. I gotta. How do I say? Hold on. I gotta star this email. Because I gotta go and save that photo. Let me go? Oh, sorry, guys. I gotta save this one just because.
No, you got to. I think
it's too. Oh, I can hit the download button. All right, I'm downloading this one. All right.
That's great.
Well, clearly it's perfection. I don't even know what else to say. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Oh man, that is awesome. Well, I will say, you're packing color here. It's hard to move on from that one. That was cool. And you've clearly seen how difficult that is, man. And packing the son of a gun, especially on fake skin. I think you're clearly more of a black and gray kind of tattoo artist at heart, and I get that. But I think it's cool that you're at least trying to dabble in other stuff. And what you see over here, I think, is actually even more cool. Over here, we have practicing. We see like trying the different shades out, how they're going to look in the skin. Then we're going over. This is what fake skin is all about. Is this on the side over here? This practicing, doing this sort of stuff here, finding what works. Doing some color work, tattooing some faces.
Your man's in chat. Jerry's in chat. The man that's done your portrait.
Oh yeah, glad you, Jerry. I do like it, man. That's super cool, dude. I just think it's cool that you were nice enough to do that or whatever you want to call it. I just thought it was cool, man. Really cool. He also said that was his very first time tattooing color. Right. Yeah. And as you can see, it's a son of a gun, man. It is saturated in there. But also just continue to hone in on the lines as well. That's going to come a time. And like I see over here, you're practicing, and that's the best thing. And you're practicing on fake skin, good fake skin too. This is nice as well. We have some light shading in there. It has to get that next, you're like 70% in my opinion, right? So you're like 70% there. I think you have what it takes. I do. I just think you just spend a little bit more time, 3 months in practicing when you can. There are some, there's some things I would change about each one of them, but
just learn to smooth the shading out. Just learn to smooth the shading out a little bit. It's just it's still a bit scratchy on his shading in areas.
Right.
The other thing as well is just learn to use a bit more solid, solid black. I'm not saying a great deal in these. Just a little bit more solid black in these areas will separate it completely.
Yeah, and things will pop more too. The light spots will pop more. If this up here was more like true black, or we got like you see how the beard here. We have these little true black little pepper bits here, and it gives you depth. But if we had like true black in the eye, where it's really black, we had true black underneath parts of this crown. it was really, things would really start to push themselves forward and things would pull themselves back, and you would really, really have something cool here. But hello, Dave. As a whole, I think you're doing good, Jerry, and I wouldn't quit what you're doing. Just understand you've only been doing it for 3 months. You're doing things correctly, I think. Maybe take a little bit of time and just run some lines, run some things. I'm sure you've done it. I can tell you're practicing things, but now that you've gotten a taste for like a lot of different things, now pull it back in and go, all right, I'm going to spend the next month and just work on those stinking lines and get them as good as I can. And then I'm going to spend a little bit more time and work on this, really start breaking your work down and then build it up as you go. And I think it'll be fine, Mandy's dad. Keep at it, man. Just a few months, right? That's my thought. What do you think, Andy? I think Jay should keep at it, man.
Yeah, keep at it. Like I said, just drop back on some fundamentals because there's not many fundamentals, line works. Do you send some line works? Man, as it said, draw you send a few boxes, draw you send some circles. Then if you want to practice your colour work, slow your hand down, pack inside them then. Slowly, just packing inside and getting used to it, just your fundamentals. It'll take you a long way. It'll bring you along so much further. And just when he's with some of them, just when he's doing them, don't be scared to commit as well. E.g., put that bit of extra doubt, super blacking, because looking at a lot of them, he's stayed on the safer side by working mid to light tones on,
right.
But and we say it all the time that yes, you could go back in there and fix it, for a second sitting. But in real life, when you're in a shop, how many times would you want to send your client out of that shop saying to them, well, yeah, but you're going to have to come back and pay for another sitting because I didn't quite pack it in black properly, or this, that, and other, or you're going to bring a client back and you're going to give, do your time up for free in the shop because you haven't packed the black in or whatever, the first time round. So if you can hone your skilling on fake skin as much as you can to 95%, then that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And the more work you put in now, the better it's going to be later. The better. I mean, I know it's sad sometimes when you see other people like making tattoos who might be like, I've been tattooing for 3 weeks, and it's like they're tattooing the Taj Mahal or some crap. You're like, dang it, I've been at it for 3 months. I'm on fake skin and I'm getting somewhere, but I'm not in love with it. Dude, who cares? Stop comparing yourself to other people. You are your own worst enemy at times, and you are also the person that you're trying to beat. You're trying to beat the guy who tattooed the last piece, which was you. Your next piece, you're going to beat the old piece, right? That's the idea here. If I compared myself to everybody I saw, I would have quit a long time ago. Sebastian M says, this was the last tattoo I did back in April, just looking for an honest critique to see if I should continue with it or not. Appreciate what you do, and thanks. All right, this was the last tattoo I did back in April, just looking for an honest critique, see if I should continue. Okay. All right. Well, I think you should continue, okay? But I don't know that you want to, send me more work than one piece, right? Because this isn't like the greatest, but you're also on dark skin, which changes stuff. You don't have a lot of really super light tones you can work with. And when you do these black things around the outside, and I do them too, but I, try to kind of like brush it out as you go. That way doesn't feel like a solid black line around. And I know even on the portrait I did, I just needed a little bit of black around the outside. And when it heals, you'll see that just right above that was a lighter tone, and that kind of will fade out. So when it heals, you get a little bit of a tonage in there. The lines, they appear, I'm pretty far zoomed in at this point. They're not bad. But I think we just need a little bit more time. Like maybe if you'd drawn it out, and that way when you go to shade it in, it gets a little bit softer in there. It's close. You know what I mean? I think it's close. That's just my opinion. But what do you got, Andy? What do you think? I don't know. It's tough.
No, it's not far off. It could do with being a little bit softer. Just working on it. It's quite. I think it's quite harsh. Yes, because it's dark skinned. He's got a lot of black in, but what I mean by softer, like you were saying, brush stuff out instead of having a hard edge on it. You know, in some areas, yes, lines are where lines are, but just learn to just soften it up by brushing them out. You know, brushing the blacks out instead of it being so hard, so stark. And I think this piece would look so much better for it being softened up a little bit, shall we say?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's not the greatest, but it's not horrible, right? There are some good things here. Like I said, the lines aren't bad. I think it just lacks from a bit of artistic ability, if you will. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but trying to learn. Oh, is this from the guy here, John? Trying to learn how to do dark to light shading. Oh, try to learn. Right, that's the key. So everything's a little bit like boom and boom and boom and boom. And while it lends to good contrast, it kind of falls short from a like nice smooth tattoo. But again, take that for what it is there, Sebastian. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been at it or anything like that, so it's really hard to like judge. So anyhow, let's see, guys, if you're enjoying the stream or if you're here, give the stream a like. Again, if you're just out there and you're just watching, sitting there or on your phone or whatever you're doing, get in the chat and talk to people, because people are here. They're sharing information. There's people that are further along than you, people that are behind where you're at, and you can share information with them. If you have questions, put them in the chat. Me and Andy are glancing over them at times. If he sees something, he'll say something. We'll get that out. If I see something, I'll throw it up on the screen so that the conversations can happen in the chat so people can help each other out. Also, guys, give the stream a like, share this stream if you know somebody that might need help or is thinking about getting into tattooing, because yeah. Anyhow, moving on. Kathy Dwyer. All right, Sebastian, from the last person we just saw, Sebastian says this is the person that we just looked at, started back in November, but was never consistent. Fair enough, Sebastian. Fair enough. And so anyhow, let's see. Okay, it says, hi. This is how it looks today. This is the day it was tattooed, June 29th. Okay. I'm not. All right. So sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go through. My name is Kathy Dwyer. I've actually just started tattooing. This is my first tattoo on someone other than fake skin. I've been trying to improve my lines, saturation, and shading. Please let me know what you think. I would appreciate the opinions and what I could improve on. All right. You asked.
Yep.
I'm going to click on this. So I'm just going to make sure there's no more information that I'm looking for. Yeah. All right. So we've gotten a bit of a preview. So here we go. All right. Well, I'm not a fan.
No.
Go ahead, Andy. I'm actually going to go use the
yeah, I'm not a fan. Composition wise, let's start.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Heart, not quite symmetrically enough for me, not plump enough. Rose, it's not well executed, it's not well designed, they don't complement each other. It's hard to read, is that rose. That rose is really, really hard to read. And the leaves, but then we get into line work, right top of art. We've got double band lines where she can't come over, sit like, and they've come out double thickness.
Yeah.
This is rough. I've got to say this is rough. I can't hold back no more.
No, that's the thing. We can't say. You can't all the time.
And it looks in places. Even at this point, I can see spots that this is going to look overworked, scarred.
Yeah.
Maybe some of it's not in because it's gone from one extreme to other. It's light. Now, I can see where they've tried putting white ink in on these leaves.
Right.
You can put white ink in over the top of another colour if you're going to blend it in, but if you're wanting to do that, you would have transitioned that colour out thinner in that spot anyway, or just leave it. If you want it really white, try to leave a gap, open skin in that area for it to come
for your
out.
white.
Leaves line work. It's I mean, please come back to fake skin. Carry on tattooing, carry on learning. It's just a learning process.
Absolutely.
But come back to fake skin. Don't do any more on anybody, because I can see blowouts. On lines. So you've got a mixture of everything. You've got a mixture of blowouts. You're going to have a mixture of overworked. I could probably going to say some scarring, and you've got missed lines, double banged lines. So unfortunately, this is a complete bust in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know about yours.
I agree with you, Andy. I think that I don't know if we're gonna. I think it's just the same tattoo, healed and whatnot. But clearly, things were realized from this process. If they haven't, we're telling you. Take a step back, go work on fake skin. You said this is the first tattoo you've done other than fake skin, but I'd like to see that fake skin work. That's the key. You can work on fake skin till you're blue in the face, but if it isn't good, then you're going to come to the skin, and this is going to happen. And I would just be beating a dead horse. Andy, you hit everything right on the head. So I'm going to go and click on this. This is the same. So here we go. It was done June 29th. And this is today, I guess what they said.
Look at Joel's legs.
What is happening, man? Oh, hold on. Let me go.
Oh, man.
What is the date on this? I can't tell. So yeah, anyhow.
That is scarred.
That's rough, man.
Scarred.
That is rough. Look, yeah.
There's two massive holes in legs. Oh, I'm going to doctor. I'm not being funny, but we're going to doctors for some fuchsia cream. Oh man, lines out. You can see how badly.
It'd be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, you see how badly scarred it is at top. You can't even see the lines now. It's that badly scarred.
Yeah, it's pretty well just man. So this is, it's unfortunate that, thank you for sending this in, because we can use this to explain to people. Yeah, how it looks glossed over. Check out a doctor. I don't know if this is a photo from today. If it is, yeah. If not, this is the risk of doing what you're doing, and this is why it's always preached. Man, do this on fake skin. Do this on paper. Do this. Whatever. You get it. Now you know what not to do.
Yeah. But I'd definitely go get them moles in your legs checked out.
To the people who say, say the doctor fixes them up or whatever, and they say, I'll just laser it off. Andy, how many sessions?
What that?
To get this lasered?
To get that lasered off, I'll tell you now, it won't all come off because of the colours that's used in it. And anybody that tells you they can get it off and could get it all to go is lying. 2, you've got white ink in there. You've got white ink in there, which one particulate of white ink used to be titanium dioxide. Now, what you're going to be careful with it in white ink with a laser is it will turn brown. Once you turn it brown, and I mean dark brown, once you turn it brown, there's nothing you can do. You end up with something looking like a birthmark. But that's not all inks, and it's not everybody. But that there, I would say, to get it to a point where you could fade it to cover it up, and that's all you're going to do with this is fade it to cover it up, I would say you're probably looking anywhere between 12 months and 2 years at a sitting every 6 to 8 weeks apart.
Holy wow, just to get it to super faded enough to really put something over this and not see this again.
Yeah.
Dang. That's good information to know. That way when somebody's like, just when you're learning, you need people eventually to practice on. You need skin, somebody willing to go, hey, you can tattoo me. But sometimes it's good for them to be educated too. Like, well, if I hate it, I'll just get it lasered. Well, it's not just a one time laser it off. Like Andy just said, you could be looking at 2 years potentially, 12 months to 2 years, every 6 weeks.
On the other side of it as well, David, I can't get a full size of that, but that might be a £60 session, to have it lasered. So like a $90 session, to have it lasered. So you're taking say every 2 weeks, 6, 12, 12. So you're going to be looking at somewhere between maybe 1,200 to 1,800 bucks to get it off.
Wow. The difference of just paying somebody potential. I mean, I know, again, we have to learn and someone's going to do it, but think about what we're doing to people through the practicing process, through making mistakes, through not taking the time to at least give yourself the best opportunity possible by working on fake skin. So, well, Kathy, I hope that this helped you out in some way. Again, we're just gonna be honest. You asked for an honesty, so
yeah,
that's just being honest. So we're moving on now. Okay. Hi, Dave and Andy. I have been tattooing for about 10 months, and I'm self and Dave taught. Would love to hear your opinions on what I need to do better. Thanks for everything. All right, we're gonna start on the left. That's pretty cool. I don't think that's bad. We have solid looking blacks. This is some crappy fake skin too. Yeah, it's not bad for like a practice piece. So we'll move on. Oh, we jump right into the skin. Okay. Overall, it's not bad. It's it's not bad. It's a little banger. I mean, yeah, all right. And it's small. Thank goodness. It's probably about this big. And what is it? It's lines in black. And sure, the eye might be a little off, but I mean, as a whole, it's a cool little tattoo. I don't think anybody's gonna be crying about it.
Yeah.
All right. This one, it's not bad. I mean, it's probably when it heals, it'll probably look better for some reason. When lines are a little bit off, when they heal, they end up like not necessarily smoothing out, but yeah, they do end up looking a little bit better. But no, I mean the line. Go ahead, Andy. Sorry,
I don't think it's horrible, piece, Dave. I'm going to give this kid a pass on this one. There's so many. It gives him so many long, thin lines on this. Yes, it's a couple of things wrong. Yeah, a couple of lines could have been straighter. Like you say, for some weird and wonderful reason, and that when it's healed and it's probably got 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks under its belt, it's going to look totally different. It's all going to. They all seem to smooth out, or smooth. Get a bit more smoothness of them as they settle into collagen layer on your skin. They start getting locked in by collagen. But yeah, like you say, from that distance that you're looking at, and what most people can look at it from 2 foot away, I don't think nobody's going to crib at it.
No, I don't think they would either. My only thought would be this one, okay, smart move. Personally, I think this wasn't a smart move, tattooing something like this when you're still very much learning how to tattoo. I don't know how long it was before you did this tattoo, but that had to been kind of stressful, man. Like, you're just lines, like you can't screw this up. And overall it was executed, and overall I think, like Andy said, it's going to heal, and as time goes on as well, it's going to be no big deal. But I wouldn't recommend, from a recommendation point of view, doing a tattoo like this, because these lines technically could, they could be better, right? But as a whole, you got it done, right? Or here we go. Like, this is more along the lines of something that smarter move, if you will, in my opinion, because you pack that sucker in black, line it, a little bit less stress. I think overall this one turned out real nice, crisp and clean.
Bit of script's nice, looks clean. Picked a nice font to get it done in. Looks nice.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Dennis, overall, nice job, man. All of them. Yeah. I think he's doing the right stuff.
Yep.
Lines, packing black. Right on, man. Right on. All right. Anyone else? All right, real quick. Somebody has a question. I'm sure I missed plenty of them. Jerry says, anyone else have problems with inkjet stencils on fake skin? The answer for me is absolutely yes. I've only used it once on fake skin, and it was just utter crap. The inkjet does not want to stick for me on fake skin, really, at all. Even if you let it dry for days, I couldn't really get it to stick. So then I went back to my old, stencil, run it through the stencil machine. Boom, had no problems. That was just me. That was my own personal experience with it. So, if anybody wants to share theirs with Jerry, he's, again, one more time, anybody having problems with inkjet stencils on fake skin?
Like I said, I never had a problem with it, but I always My fake skins before I always used to wash them in red hot water, and I don't know if you've seen them. It's like a pan scrub, and it has like a green scourer on one side. It's like a sponge
Yeah.
on one side, a green scourer. Always scrub.
Yeah.
Give front of your fake skin a right good scrub with that, and then put them on one side, let them dry, and that they always seem to take. They always seem to take your ink, your stencil better.
That makes sense. Okay. All right.
It seems to break top of it open a little bit.
Yeah, allow for like the whatever product you're using to kind of absorb into the fake skin, so it can better stick your stuff on. That's pretty good information. Hey guys, love your vids. Took your advice from previous and got myself some real skin. Absolute game changer. Here's the first piece I tried on it. Approximately 7 months tattooing now. I hope it's good, because I'm about to make a comment that this Justin just said. Took the advice from previous and got himself some real skin. That's the brand Real Skin. Absolute game changer. So again, that's what we're saying. That fake skin you're using makes a difference. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, look how clean and saturated this black lines are. I love the really, really bold lines throughout. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, I think you could work a little bit more on your shading. Obviously, it's, it could be smoothed out. It's a little bit one noted throughout, but I'm not really going to hit on that right now. I just think the lines are so much more improved. Everything is so much more improved on this piece. Yeah,
it looks so much more consistent, does line work, and even down to where it's with these skins, where you're packing black, solid black. Can you see how much more consistent it is looking at it? It's not as patchy. And this is just for the sake of getting a lot better skin.
Yeah, and it makes all the difference. And then, like Andy said earlier in the chat and in the stream, take that same piece, flip it over, or another piece, whatever. You get it. You have good fake skin. Enjoy it. The first time you use it, flat, put some paper towels or something under it so you don't catch all the vibrations off your table. Then after that, it's like, oh, this is good. I like the way this looks. Now go ahead and put that on a round surface and do it again on a curved surface. Practice it that way. Keep practicing different ways. It's going to make your life so much better when you ultimately hit fake skin. So again, thank you, Justin. You're just proving a point that we're making. Fake skin matters. The type of fake skin. So, all right. I'm going to have to urinate here very shortly.
I'm going to say.
You're going right now?
I'm going to beat you to it, Dave.
All right, go
2 minutes, man.
Go ahead, man. All right, man. All right, Vanessa Neat says, hi, I'm a very beginner. Started tattooing with machine 4 months ago. The crazy head tattoo is my first one ever, and the cat tattoo, second ever on real skin. All right, so the cat's the second one. This one's the first one. My most important question is how to improve this lines and the depth of the needle depth. Okay, well, Vanessa, before I even get into that, that is the holy grail of how to line, would be how do I get my needles to the right depth? How do I get straight lines? Practice, but also, it starts on fake skin, in my opinion, because you need to get comfortable figuring out a needle depth, speed, hand ratio, that whole thing. And it's going to change when you go from fake skin to real skin, but understanding and finding that for the first time on fake skin will help you know what to look for on real skin to find that same hand speed to depth to blah, blah, blah ratio. But nonetheless, let's jump in. All right, so this is the first one. Okay, you know what? It's not too bad. There are a lot of lines in here, and for the most part, for being the first one on real skin, those lines aren't too bad. The one line that is bugging me, and it's the one we see the most, it'd be this one right here, because it is a main line and it has these wobbles going through it. The rest of them I think you can get away with for the most part, having different weights and thicknesses and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to be the one that but overall, not bad. First one on human skin, I'm guessing, is what you said. Lips are a little funny too, but maybe they're supposed to be that way. This is the next one. All right. Well, I will say the lines look to be a little bit put in a little harshly on this one. And that happens. You're, again, like you said, you're trying to find that ratio, and it can only come from trial and error, unfortunately. But again, if you get that trial and error, beat up and practice on fake skin, go to real skin. It's gonna be a little bit easier. This isn't a huge tattoo. I'd say appears to be about this big, which is not bad, and it's relatively decent. It's not my favorite composition. It doesn't read amazingly. The lines aren't perfect, but they're not bad. We have some shading going on here. I wish this had a little bit of like solid black in a few spots to separate some stuff. So again, don't be afraid to use solid black. In fact, if you're really working and you're just getting into this, nice saturated lines and solid black is a great place to start, and then slowly work in some shading as you go. All right. So anyhow, that's going to do it for that. Vanessa, I hope that helped you out a bit, and keep going because you're going in the right direction. All right. Justin Reeves, I think we were just looking at your work. We were. Justin Reeves says he uses Dettol for stencils, lets it dry overnight, never had any issues. If anything, it's a bugger to get off once finished. Yes, if you do get a good stencil on a fake skin, it is hard to get the stencil off when you're done. Soak that sucker in bleach overnight, and when it's done, and that will come off. All right, so we're going to go to the next one. This is Armand. Please tell me what you think. I did these on myself, teaching myself how to do cover-ups. Right now, it's just outlines, but I'm wondering how I did. Well, I can already see the little bits here. And if you're learning how to tattoo, do not learn how to do a cover-up at the same time. That's just you don't know how to drive, and you've decided to drive a race car stick shift, and you're not sure how an automatic works. Like, don't do that. So Andy, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
You're gonna leave me,
but I'll be back shortly though. I'm just real quick. Which one do you want me to leave you on?
None of them. Yeah, go on. Well,
all right. You can talk about the lines on this one, and I'll be right back.
We can talk about lines on this one. Well, we've got enough people in comments, so before I start chatting on, I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to put into comments about what they can see wrong with these lines. Come on, you've all been here long enough. You're all here. We've got the regulars that are here every week, and that. So, what can you, ladies and gents, see wrong with these lines? Can we see it? Do you mean stencil? Well, we've got these lines. One, well, they're not very good, are they? They're not in. We can see this person is either suffering from a bit of a shaky hand or not stretching the skin. He's not getting the lines in where he should do. Some are in. We've got a few blowouts. A lot of them are missing. There's not a right lot to go on this. Line weights are inconsistent. JJ, yes, you're right there. Line joining and depth, yes, we're having problems with depth. Shaky hands, Justin, you're correct there. We've got a couple of double banged lines in. Not enough ink. Could be, Aaron, could be not enough ink in there. All right. And like I say, it could be just over pulling lines, different depths. Looks unfinished. Yes, we definitely looks unfinished smoke. Well, unless you've had depends how much you've had to smoke, doesn't it? As whether it's going to look finished or not.
Right.
But I mean, this person, it's like we say, please stop doing this. I know people's skin and real skin, human skin is cheap. You're not having to pay for it. You know, they're doing it on yourself, or people are going to leave skin up. But stop doing it. Go on. Use some fake skin first. At least have the responsibility of paying a few pounds, paying a few bucks, getting some fake skin in, trying it.
Or to go small, right? This is big, huh, Andy? I mean, this is a whole forearm.
I mean, I've just asked everybody in comments what they think, Dave, and when you run down it, they've pretty much nailed it. Everybody that's in, they can see it. You know what I mean? Even down to somebody saying, yeah, they might not be having a over pulling lines, not realizing that we're running out of ink in the needle, you know, in the well, and carry on pulling it. Not deep enough.
I got Smoke says he loves it. He wants to wear it. Janik says best tattoo he's seen. Aaron says fantastic. Yeah, I think these guys are right on track. Prime. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then, you know, I mean, I think this person has potential.
Yes.
They're just way outside of where they probably should be right now. I'm kidding, Danik. That was all a joke, my friend. I was just. He's like, what? I didn't say that. Yeah.
John, you're right. John Hernandez, you're right. Practice makes perfect, but please practice on fake skin.
Amen.
Bang on comment.
All right. Well, I hope you understand. And for this Armand, dude, do small stuff. If you have to tattoo on your own skin because you're just dead set on it, do small stuff. You can do these cover-ups later on when you get a little bit better. If you're smart, you'd stop right now and go, hey, you know what? I got some rough line work in here for when I am ready. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and work on some fake skin, hone my skills, come back later on. So anyhow, yeah. Hey. All right, how are we doing on time? An hour and 40 minutes, guys. All right, we're going to be going for about another 20, 30 minutes or so. Again, guys, if you're watching, if you're hanging out, give the stream a like, share the stream with somebody because YouTube has pretty much stopped promoting a lot of creators' work. All right. I don't know why. I'm not sure what their deal is. YouTube's making some serious changes, and you either pander to YouTube and get views, or you just don't and you don't. And I'm not pandering to anybody. We're just here to have fun, make a community, guys. So if you wouldn't mind, give the stream a like, share the video or something with somebody that you think might help, or is there any information here? Nonetheless, let's keep going. Again, if you guys are watching and you're not in the chat, get in the chat because there's people here who can help you, who can share information. I mean, people are sharing Instagrams and Facebooks and all that jazz with each other, because friendships are being made and whatnot, communication's happening, and that's what this is all about. So, and also, if you're watching and have a question, no matter how stupid you think it is, get it in here because we'll try our best to answer it and let the chat help answer it as well. So with all that jambering out of the way, let's go. Let's grow the community. Exactly, Danik. That's it. And we truly feel like we're getting to know some of you guys, and I think that's really cool. And we get to kind of follow your journey along as well. Okay. Couple tattoos from this week. Been tattooing 3 months. All right. Okay, from here, I think this is a cool little piece. Get a little bit closer. Yeah, you're not bad. Not too bad. I think the saturation on some of this could be a little bit better. I can see in the green, it's a little bit light. It's not quite fully saturated. So maybe just slow it down a little bit and, make sure we're filling it completely to get full saturation. But I like the colors in this. I do like the colors. Here we go. Got a lot of lines, some black. And this appears to be just below the ditch, which is a pretty blowout friendly area. And I don't really see any, maybe a little tiny bit right here. And the black, for the most part, saturated. The lines look, they could be straighter, but they're not bad. So I think this is a nice little piece. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you sending that in. Let's see. A few over lines in there. Aaron says a few over lines in there. Let's see. Is it possible to do? All right. So here's sort of like a question. I think I try to look over and see stuff when I can. And if you see something, let me know. We can click on it. Is it possible to do good shading with a 4mm stroke, or am I setting myself up for failure? Absolutely can do good shading with a 4mm stroke. People do it all the time, and a lot of them do it with even more than a 4mm stroke. I know just for me, a lot of people shade with the Bishop One Packer. That's a direct drive, 4.2 millimeter stroke machine, and they just turn it down a little bit more. And you just get comfortable. I think you can shade with, maybe that's as far as I'd want to go, but you could learn how to shade with any stroke machine. In my opinion, you can learn how to do almost anything with any stroke machine if you just practice with it.
Somebody asking for your IG, Dave.
Okay, let's do that because we're going to go over there and do that real quick. I'm going to show you Andy's IG first. Bam. You want to follow Andy, follow him. Give him some love as well. Follow him at LS Inc. 2019. Follow him on Facebook too, LS Inc. Tattoos. I just started following Andy on Facebook as well. Also, you can follow me at daveinks.88 on Instagram and Death Punch Inc. on Facebook. All right. Yeah. So anyhow, we got that out of the way. You can follow us there. Bam. Let me jump back over here to this thing. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. Awesome. Yes, Tragic says, yes, learn your machine. That is the key.
Yep.
That's the key. Doesn't matter how much your machine costs. Doesn't matter what your machine, where it's made, blah, blah, blah. If you learn how to use your machine, you're going to be fine. All right. No matter if you had the most high-end machine or the cheapest machine, you're learning how to tattoo. It doesn't matter. There's so much to learn. That machine's not going to make the world of difference. Maybe later on down the line, you might figure some stuff out and you might want to buy this or that machine. But in the beginning, don't wrap your head too far around the axle. I would definitely suggest you not use a coil machine when you're learning. Use a rotary machine. Use a pen style rotary machine if you're just getting into it, because there's a lot of stuff to learn. Don't make it so hard on yourself.
I'll just say,
Okay.
Yeah. Cheers to Michael. Yeah, I enjoyed doing the ship that I posted up the other day. And that,
Yes.
fun little piece.
I'm trying to show that one on screen. Wait, that's that's the wrong one. Yeah, Andy, that was a nice tattoo.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Was
I
something
like
different
that
for
one.
me.
That black, the smooth black and gray in there.
Yeah. Right. So
All right.
Let's get back to business.
All right. You're right. I keep wanting to read people's thoughts and opinions in the chat. All right. Adrian. Let's see what we got here. Adrian. The lines are a little bit rough for me, in my opinion. They're all kind of wonky, not quite straight. I don't even know if we're going to necessarily get into the shading right now. But overall, I think it just was a little bit messy, in my opinion. I would probably take it back a notch, maybe not choose a tattoo that is, so overwhelmingly line work. Circles and all that jazz. Yeah. I think you can get there, but step back might be the key on this one.
Yeah, just keep it a bit smaller.
For sure. What do you think?
It's really hard to make out. I mean, I don't know if it's my computer or whether.
Sometimes it takes a while for it to like settle.
Yeah. It looks like, I don't know if it's on inside the top of that dream catcher, whether it's intentionally meant to be that thick a black line, because we've got it on the bottom, or whether he's dropped the ball and he's had to make it like that.
Right. I'd say there are some redeeming lines. I mean, again, it is a blurry where we're about the point where you zoom in and you want to really take a look at it. It's a bit blurry, but I mean, hard to say, but again, there are some redeeming lines in here that overall aren't too bad. I think this one is better than the last one.
I'm not a fan of the feathers. You know how the feathers have been done, but that's right. That's me. I'm just not a fan of how they're being executed.
Yeah, okay. It's an improvement, but again, if you're the only thing we have here are lines, and if they're not all right where you want them to be, they shine a bit more than you'd probably want them to. So keep that in mind. It is what it is. And here I'm just straight up not a fan of this light gray or whatever this is here. I just don't see that really looking good when it's healed. It's going to be hard to read these letters down here. I don't know.
Think that's. Is it light gray or is that? It looks purple to me. Is that stencil that's still on there?
Oh, there's definitely still stencil. You can see the purple throughout here.
And as it's gone around the rest, has it just faded it out and left the purple in? Yeah, I'm not
No.
There's a lot of purple. I'm not a fan.
I agree with you. I agree. That one's a little. All right, what do we have here? Some of these photos are just hard to see. All right, so the line work, I don't know, maybe you're just not getting a good stretch on the skin, but it has that bumpy look where the needles is bouncing and you're not quite got the right depth and the hand speed, but it's not horrible. Again, these lines might heal and end up looking better than they do fresh. Sometimes that happens, thank goodness, but the shading really falls flat. There's no contrast here. If you're going to do it, go for it. Put some black in there, shade that out, because if not, we get a little bit of shape with the shading, but as a whole, it's just kind of flat, right? And then obviously the lining down here, is blown out and kind of
Blown out.
scarish looking. So it's not as easy. Tattooing is not necessarily an easy thing. It is hard. It takes time, and sometimes you got to know when you've made some tattoos, and you need to maybe hone it in a little bit, pull back a little bit, practice a little bit, get back into it, right? So anyhow, let's see. Contrasted, yes, they need to make it so you can comment while watching it on TV. I watch a lot of YouTube on TV, and I hate the fact that you can't comment or be in a chat while on the TV. Then again, you got to pull out your phone and get in the chat and blah blah blah. So anyhow, I'm with you, man. All right, Aaron says, "Hello, I am in stream."
Yes, he is.
Aaron's drone services. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm reading. Well, cool that you have drone services. That's cool. All right, Aaron. All right, so. It's not like it's. You go ahead. Yeah.
I don't think this is going to stay around for a long time. This one, because it's quite. On my end, on my picture that I'm seeing, it's looking quite pale as it stands. Yes. So I don't think it's going to hang around. I can see obviously he's put some red lineage around it, and whether he's tried to go for. I don't know whether you've tried to do this handprint as like a bit of a watercolor effect, because that's how it's coming across to me. Is if it's got a bit of line, bit of watercolor, all using the same color, but washed out.
Yeah, that's what it says for. It says for my tattoo. I think this is Aaron. I didn't want. I'll just throw it up here so people can see what they're trying to say. Right. For my tattoo, I didn't. I can't read this. Was to cover color. Was to overcolor. He didn't want to overcolor the red. Faded out to nothing. Almost. That's why my lines were light. So they kind of wanted to go from like a deeper red here to slowly fade it out. And excuse me, I would say that's not something I would really worry about right off the bat, because you're probably trying to make a tattoo that you want to have, right? Like I want to have this red and it fades out in this handprint. Well, it's best maybe in the beginning to just do tattoos that you should do, like that you need to learn how to do, right? Because these lines aren't too bad, right? No. If you really look at them, they're not too bad. It's a very small liner. The red in there's some spots here we went over a few times, blah, blah, blah. But if this was black and you went around, you have potential. I can tell by the line work here. So use black ink, and or if you're going to do this, just do it in full red. I wouldn't necessarily worry about trying to get all watercolory or watering down or shaking a solid red and fading it out, unless you have some other bodies of work that you've done, and now you're doing this kind of like a color study or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to say, but I don't think this was the right move if you're learning how to tattoo. And I think it's kind of hard for me and Andy to look at this and kind of give you any solid advice, because
I mean, I know. I understand what we're trying to do with it and where they were trying to go with it. And yeah, the actual concept of doing it like that, in my eyes, it could have been a really cool tattoo.
Absolutely.
Just put a bit more solid pigment in there. Yeah, and then fade it out if you want to fade it out. But it just looks all too washed out in my eyes.
Right.
That's all. But it's... Yeah, looks like somebody slapped. Did you slap that ass or did you grab it?
Obviously, that's what they were going for. That slap look. It's got it. I mean,
but it's not. But at the end of the day, it's not awful.
It's not awful. It's really not.
It just looks like,
definitely go back in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, not bad. Not bad. Sometimes we do stuff, we see it heal, and we go, "Huh, I learned something from that," and it is what it is. Because I'm telling you, Aaron, we could tell. The lines were not that bad for using a small needle, and if that was on the butt, or it might have been, it looked like it was on the butt or a cheek of some butt. Photos are hard sometimes. It could be on the freaking arm or the armpit, and we wouldn't even know it. We just see a crease right there, right? So wherever it's at, he did pretty decent. It just is what it is. We just looked at this one already. Wait, did they add a photo? Okay, plus this photo. We looked at the other ones while we were using the restroom. And this one's better than the others, but I don't know. I'm worried it might not heal out that well, because it kind of looks like it might be in kind of lightly. I don't know. Hard to say. To say.
It's dot work. This.
Oh, it is dot work. Oh, okay.
It's dot work. Dot work and lines. Now,
it's a nice little tattoo, though.
It's a nice little tattoo. Actually, it's that. and it's a nice little dot work tattoo. Now, this is if you're not good at lines and you want to tattoo, get into dot work because you can make it up with dots, no problem. Just really boring, really tedious.
Absolutely.
But it's not bad. Not a bad little tattoo, and placement's nice on back of arm. It suits whoever it's on.
It's a nice little it's a nice
girly
little
tattoo
piece. Yeah, right spot. I'm probably happy with it. Fades a little bit. You touch it up a little bit. So next up is Thomas. It says, "Hey man, I love your tutorial." I doubt that's how he talks. "Hey man, I love your tutorial videos. They have helped me a lot. I have been tattooing on and off for about 6 months in total, and I wanted to get your opinion on some work I did on my hand." Why are we tattooing a hand, man? "I wanted to see what tips you have to get better. What should I work more on?" I'm about 6 months, tattooed your hand. Man, why are we in such a rush to tattoo our hands? I get it though. Well, it's a tough photo to really see, but I kind of like it. I mean, we've seen this how many times? We've seen this mask like so many times here on critiquing people's work. And so since I've seen it done by so many different people learning, this is one of the better ones in my opinion. It looks pretty decent. I hope the black really holds again because the photo, we got that shine in there. It's a little bit hard to see, but I don't mind it. What do you think, Andy?
No, it's not horrible. Like I say, I think I've got more problems with the black that's put around the outside. I just don't know. They've just been so. I don't know whether they try going for a rip. I don't know whether it's tried to be like a ripped effect around outside.
I see what you mean. But this whole this bit's
I'd just like to have seen it a bit softer. Blended off into hands. But as for mask, it's not bad at all. It's got a bit of depth, it's got a bit of grey in it, and like I say, it's not bad. So we've seen a few of these badly done.
We have. This is one of the better, and you know what? The little bit that helps is that this little bit of white maybe they put around, and it just gives that just a little extra dimension that everybody seems to sort of just miss the mark on. Just has enough dimension. I think on hands it's hard because you, in my opinion, you gotta be careful how much detail you put in because you're going to lose some of that over time because it's just such a worn thing. The hand, it goes through so much in and out of pockets, blah blah blah. So I'm optimistic this should hold okay. So anyhow, let's move on. Thomas, thanks, my friend. Let's see. What do we got here? I've been watching and learning from your videos. Thank you for the influence on learning. Here's a few pieces that I've recently done, and I'd like to get your honest opinion. All right, Kenneth, give you your honest opinion. I think it looks pretty cool, man. I mean, there's some things. There's some lines that are a little but you know what? From here,
it's got good contrast.
It's got some good contrast. Sometimes I'm quick to be like, yeah, it looks nice. And then I'm like, But no, overall, I think it does look nice. The shading, in my opinion, is pretty smooth, actually, where it's at. You know, you're not seeing tons of stroke marks. It's pretty smooth. The lines, I like that they're kind of thick. I think your line can improve a little bit, but I'm sure you already know that. And it is, at some spots, it's hard to see what's going on. I didn't see this head down here at first, but maybe that's me. I'm
not a fan of this piece in general.
I'm not either, no. From start to finish, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's very stylistic, and there's too much black in this.
Says a lot.
It's too much, so we say, a sharp-edged black. It's not soft enough. Going into petals, it's very, very defined, and I think that's what's drawing my eye to it. I've just realised, actually, because there's that much black in it, there's a butterfly at the bottom.
Yeah, there's one here too.
But what I'd like to know is, is it me, or does that butterfly at the bottom look like it's missing a wing?
It is. Like, here's what happened. Look, you can kind of see it right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse there.
Right.
But it also isn't. No, that's part of the thing.
that's top wing. You've got.
Oh, man.
You've got a two-part wing on right-hand side.
Yeah, right here.
Surely you would have a two-part wing on your left-hand side.
Yeah. I think we're discriminating against this poor butterfly And
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean that's
we're the
just something
bad
that's
ones here. We're the
just
bad
something
ones here.
that stood out, but there's just a bit too much. The flowers could have done with being a bit softer.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's just too like you get that zebra feel. You
Yeah,
know, it's stripy where it's just and even like let's just take a moment. Look at this black here. As
yeah,
it comes around, I mean, it looks very
raggedy.
you know, splotchy, if you will. I mean, it's saturated well, but the lines on each side of this before you went and filled it in are very shaky and what have you. And you get that feel throughout here as well. So you got these black swoopies going around, black inside, pretty much a black shading all the way around. A lost butterfly because there's you have all this contrast, but the contrast not in the right spot. If you wanted this butterfly to pop, you leave him kind of open and you put some
Yeah,
dark behind him. He's going to push forward, but we don't do that. And over here, like Andy pointed out, we're missing a wing. We're missing half of a wing here. So this one's kind of probably doomed from its beginning when it was designed. Um, so yeah, it's a bit harsh. This one is a much,
it's
in
the
my
best,
opinion, yeah, of the two for sure. We got a lot more happening here. The lines look a little bit better here.
and it reads.
It reads well, right? So, all right. Well, Kenneth, there's our honest opinion. Let's hit up another one. All right. I have a hard time stencil. Use baby powder, help little. Text, need help. Transfer ink, use Epson inkjets. That's what it says. I'm going to try to interpret that. It says, I have a hard time.
Needs help with getting inkjet stencil ink onto a fake skin. Does this kid?
Look
I
at
think
Andy,
he's been
man.
in.
He interpreted it.
Yeah, I think he's been in chat.
Oh, this is that. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is that guy. All right, all right. Hey, I don't think actually his work on fake skin, I think, looks pretty decent here, though. Like, well, maybe not the flowers up in here, but the lining through here looks all right. Yeah, I love the little dots and stuff. I'm just looking at the piece. I know we'll probably talk about the inkjet stuff, but this, I don't know what kind of fake skin this is. It has a real skin look to it. It's hard to
very
say.
white and very thin. Is that? I bet that's Amazon. Oh no, might look a bit thick. Yeah, now
It
you've
is
got it
hard
up
to.
there.
Right. It's hard to
Forward.
say. This is like 3 different colors fake skin, so I don't really know. But over here, you can see the line work is not quite as smooth as it is over here. This is the smoothest that I've seen. So what is it? They're having a hard time for inkjet.
Getting inkjet ink to go onto your fake skin. It'll depend on what fake skin you're using. If you're using super cheap, super silicone based, you're going to struggle anyway. So, like I say, it's. I always put mine in red hot water, and like I say, I always scrubbed them with a like the green scourer or whatever up front, just to get all the crap and everything off the front of it and let it dry. But then, now I use inkjet stencil. I use the inkjet printers a lot now, and well, I use it every day. Now, I have found that there's one key factor to it, especially with that one, with it being an ink, is if you print your stencil off and you put it on the side and you leave it on the side for an hour or 2 hours before you use it, you always, no matter whether it's on real skin or false skin, it never prints off, as good as if you print it off and use it within 5-10 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. And then did you share what you shared before, Andy, about how you use like the Scotch-Brite?
Yeah,
like
I use
green
like the
scuzz?
green Scotch-Brite, scouring pad, and hot water, and thoroughly scrub on face of it. And before I do anything, just to prep it, and then I'll go through the motions. I'll wipe it with a bit of alcohol, just make sure I've got any finger grease off it, and then go on with your stencil, whatever stencil solution you're using. Now, different stencil solutions make a difference on fake skin. I always found that you were okay with stencil stuff or that Nico Tarda's Anchored, which I use. But you do seem to have to put it on a bit thinner and leave it a bit longer than what you would on real skin. You
Yeah.
have to go tacky. It's a fine balance. And then when you put your skin on, it's a one-hit wonder. When you put that down, it's straight down, and then put plenty of weight on back of it, for it to transfer.
Right.
And then just peel it off and put it to. Fingers crossed, it's come out, and then just put it to one side and let it dry for 24 hours or as long as whatever you can let it dry.
That's it. Drying time is definitely key when dealing with fake skin. The more time, the better for sure. Also, guys, there was some questioning there. How often do we do these? Me and Andy are here every Sunday at 5:30. It's subject to change, but for 99% of the time, we'll be here, okay? 5:30 Sunday. I should be doing another live stream this week, possibly on Tuesday, doing another one of these, what we're doing right now. And I might live stream a tattoo. It just depends on the client and whatnot, if they're cool with it and what have you. So anyhow, but we do at least try to be here every Sunday, me and Andy, to give you guys a couple hours of our time, to point you in a direction, to get to know you guys, to BS, to talk, to hang out, all that jazz. So anyhow, hopefully that helps you guys out. Let's see. Next up is this person named, excuse me, Florin Demetrius. I suck at reading. Oh, here we go. Hey, Dave. John D. All right, so John.
Oh, it's John. John D.
Feel free to rip on some of my recent tattoos. Been tattooing since February 2022, so not that long. February, March, April, May, June, July. All right, so 6 months, right? 5 or 6 months. Right. All right. So let's take a look here. I guess we're going to start on the left, or maybe we'll start on the right, since I think most of the time it goes in that direction. All right. Well, you know what? I think this is a pretty nice looking piece, and I'll tell you what I think. Obviously, we have some redding here. It's a fresh tattoo. You're going to have some redding. The line work is decent. I don't think this is meant to be some hyper-realistic flower, obviously. The line work is nice. The shading is there. We have different levels. It is a bit of a dark shading throughout. So if anything, maybe it's a little, monotoned with the tones, in my opinion. We have some white to kind of help set it off a little bit. But overall, I think it is pretty decent. I wish maybe the color around the outside, the shade, because you have lines, was a bit lighter, either softer. You did something to separate the contrast, because then we roll right into these leaves, and it's kind of a similar shade, right? We did leave the outside a little open, yada, yada. But anyhow, I think that's going to be my 2 cents. Now, down here, I don't know if you did this or not. If you did, this is quite scarred right now, blown out and scarred. So hopefully, if you did that, I'm not saying you did, you learned something from that. But I like the piece as a whole. It's not bad.
Yeah, that piece actually looks like a rework. That little letter, because when you thinking, I can see the bottom. If you go in, look at the bottom and the top of the bottom, you can actually. It looks like I can see all. Might be a blowout. I might be wrong. It's just how I'm looking at my screen. It looks like. Although saying that, when you've got in further, it may be a blowout. But I'm just looking right at the end. You've still got a perfect angle, and then it curls around. So I'm wondering if that's actually a rework. Like a recolor.
It may have been reworked, but that's definitely
still
blown out. Oh, I see what you mean. Did they take an old tattoo and just freshly line it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. This one's hard to tell. It looks kind of white and scarred and whatnot. I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. It's overworked in areas. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah.
I was just looking at, I think it's I didn't know whether it were another piece that had been just reworked over.
Could have been. I mean, luckily from a distance, it's like, you don't even really notice because this one. I mean, remember, guys, we're zooming in kind of far. I don't know what it looks like over there, but on my screen, it gets pretty close. All right, cool. First piece. Second piece, not bad. I think the lines are decent. We got some light shading. I like this one, Andy.
I like this piece. I like the composition. I like how it's done. Nice, simple little like sketch drawing piece. Yeah, absolutely. I'm digging this one. No,
I don't like this one. What is this? Dog prints? Maybe it's dog. Either way, I'm not a big fan.
It looks like somebody's cut a dragon fruit in half. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan.
You know what what's crazy though is the lines are pretty decent. There's some there's some good stuff here, but unfortunately, if the overall pieces just
The
doesn't look right,
the coloring's fallen short.
absolutely, yeah,
If
yeah.
they
It's
got
just,
if they got more depth and color and richness into roses, I think it might have made it look a bit different. But yeah, it's fallen short a little bit as this one.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I like this one.
This one's all right.
Yeah, I mean that looks. I mean it's a pretty stinking red. I'm not saying that that's horrible thing, but that looks pretty red. But I will say once it heals out, you're probably gonna have a nice smooth fade, some really soft grays in there. But the black is really nice and saturated. This may have been gone over a couple times, but overall it fits the line weight size properly. It looks all right to me.
But if you look at it, the one that is done with a puppy in the hand and this one are smaller tattoos.
Yes, they are.
And they're a lot better than like the other bigger one. Do you know what I mean? He's kept it under control and and everything, and kept the separation and kept the look of it better than, shall we say, his larger ones.
Right, absolutely. With the little bit smaller ones, a little bit easier to maintain and work through. This one as well, I think, is got some nice little stipple shading here. Yeah. Contrast is decent, solid lines. A little bit of a haze here, but sometimes that can go away. It's just the way it is sometimes. Yeah, decent little piece. Couple white highlights, smooth grays. Yeah, nice piece. And then we got this. Whatever it says, Ahur, maybe Ahur. I don't know. Ahur. Maybe somebody knows, but obviously, it was meant to look.
I'm hoping outside that lines are supposed to look like that.
That's what I'm with you. I think that's the idea here.
It is.
Yeah, executed well.
Black's in nicely.
Yeah, it is nicely done. Not bad. So hey, Lauren, from February till now, 6 months, you have some really nice stuff happening here. Some stuff I think, you know what I mean, it might just be from a design perspective, have been some of the falls there. But overall, nice job, man. Is there actual there's a lot of tattoos here, man. Okay, hi, I've been tattooing for a year, 1 month. Thanks for your vids. Here's some finished work on some works in progress. All right, we're gonna move through these quickly because there's a lot of them here, and we have about 15 more minutes, guys. 15 more minutes. Give the stream a like if you're here. Share the video if you think it's gonna help somebody else out. I think this one looks good. The lines look all right. The stimpling's good. The shings, I think it's all right.
Yeah, got a nice balance. This one's mind-boggling. I know it's a leopard.
It's hard to read.
It's hard to read. It's not finished either.
Right. I think it's a little busy with all the flowers going on here. Sometimes less is more.
There's a lot of flowers going on there.
And there's butterflies. Oh, wow. There's another butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
There's two of them right there. Yeah, so it's a lot going on. I love my wife, but sometimes she tries to do this stuff to me. She'll design some nice stuff and be like, why is there 45 flowers there? Let's go down to 3. And this is nice.
This is nice.
I like this.
Soft shading.
Yeah.
Horse's face looks like a horse's face. You know what I mean?
You can get away with saying that while being nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is nice.
Not too bad. Yeah. I'm not in love with this section right here personally. But overall, not bad. Oh, it's asleep. Oh, okay. Well, this makes it look cooler when it's added on to other stuff. Yeah, not bad. I think it tells a little bit of a story here with this. I like that it's like 3 pieces, fills the whole arm up. Yeah. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, this is a nice piece.
Yeah. I love the eye, even though it's so simple with almost pure black, one little dot, but it has a nice little crisp look to it.
Sorry. No, I like how he's got the beak, and it actually comes to a beak, shaped like a beak, and it's got a beak's point. It's not rounded or crossed over, and it's got some nice, simple, soft shading in there, but dark colours to go with it. It works. It's nice as this. Yeah,
and it's a lot of open spots here, which reads well, which lets the tattoo breathe.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a work in progress, and I mean, for the most part, those lines look
Lines
really nice.
Yeah, lines are looking nice.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a nice one when it's done too. Oh, I like this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a burp. I sneeze.
This is nice. Rich black in hair. That rich black in that hair.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Really,
I do
like
too.
this.
Makes for nice contrast.
I mean, line work. I'm looking at the line work round her fingers. Looks really nice.
Yeah, I don't know the eyes. Maybe the eyes are a little
Underneath
bit
the eyes, the line work underneath.
right.
Maybe the right eye looks a bit.
A few spots here.
But that's that is getting nitpicking. In the overall piece, it's a really, really nice piece. I'd wear it.
Yeah. If you saw somebody with this line, you'd be like, wow, that's really nice. Absolutely. You wouldn't be like, oh my God, up in there. And okay. No, it looks good. It reads well. It looks nice on her arm. It's facing the right way. A lot of nice things here. Cool, man. Thanks, Sam, for sending that in, man. And for 1 year and 1 month, off to a fantastic start, I guess you can call it. All right, guys, we're going to do a couple more here. I'd sport that one for sure. Yes, contrasted. I would too, man. It's a nice one. Man, excuse me. All right. Okay, well. Oh, this is John. I know. This is the guy who did the lion on the whole back.
Is it?
It's got to be, man. It's got to be. I'm going to read it.
Is it Dubai Underground? He's got Dubai.
I think this is it. This is the John. This is me, John, doing tattoo here in Dubai Underground. Yeah. Hope you remember me. We do. Yep. I finished the back piece lion tattoo, total of 26 hours, 4 sessions, once a week. I just want to share my works and hope to hear some good advice from the expert like you guys. Expert. That's funny. On how my skills need to improve. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. It helps us tattoo artists very much. That's so reassuring. That's awesome to hear, man.
He's in
so
chat,
cool.
John.
John, man. Awesome, dude. I don't even know what we're going to see, but it was really fun to see. I just get so hyped that you're like underground tattooing in Dubai.
I know.
I don't know. It's just so cool to me. All right.
Propaganda.
All right. So here, I know, right? I'm just like, yeah. All right. So here's the image. Oh, dude, from here it looks sick. Dude.
Sick.
I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, but he's gotta love it, dude. This reads so well. I'm so jealous because I've never gotten to do a whole back like this, let alone one image on an entire back.
Yeah, he's got the. He has pushed the blacks in. If you look,
the eyes. Oh, he has. I like it. I like it, John.
Love that bit of mane. You know, bit of mane down here. Now he's got it, and it's all just like flowing down, basically down to his arse crack. You know what I mean? It's blacking.
Yeah. I will. There's just a couple spots in it, and I might be reading it a little bit wrong. And John, take nothing away from this. I think you did a fantastic job personally. Okay. This is just me. Right here, I'm not sure what, but it looks like he has fur, and then somebody chopped some of his fur off of his head.
Looks a bit blurred out.
Yeah, it looks a little blurred. I'm not sure what happened there. But aside from that one spot, because again, it looks like he's got, nice long hair blowing into, and then over here, it's kind of like maybe they just took a little bit off. But again, as a whole, man, underground in Dubai.
Nice back piece.
Sick. Jealous. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I don't know what else to say, man. I'm sure somebody else could probably come through here and critique this. I don't even want to critique it, man. I just think it's cool. No. I think it's cool.
And I'm sure this client was absolutely stoked with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I really love the eyes. I really love these eyes. The color you got in there, the marble type look you have in there. Super sick, dude. Yeah. Danik says he'll let me do his entire back in matrix UV in like matrix numbers with UV ink. Yeah. I would probably rather bounce my head off of a concrete wall, Danik. I appreciate it, buddy, but I'm not a script guy. I don't love doing script. I do it because everything pays bills and what have you, but not my ideal thing to do. So I would charge you too much to be worth it for you. You know what I mean? Because I would hate to do it. But that's cool. All right, I gotta move on. John, thank you, dude. Thank you for giving us an update. I didn't think we'd get to see the finished piece so soon. If you guys are curious, go back to last Sunday's video and check it out. He sent us the in-work piece. John, I wish you all the best of luck out there in Dubai, man. Keep killing it. I hope that someday it's not underground over there and you can thrive. If you're ever in America, hit me up. All right. Jinjing. Again, can't pronounce anything. Hi, my name is Jamie. I've not long been tattooing, just practice at the moment. I done Goku on a friend and redone the flowers on my partner. I would like to know what you think, please. Okay, so redid the flowers on your partner. Okay, so you relined some flowers that had probably been done maybe by somebody else down the road, and they don't look too bad. I don't know, look too bad. I mean, you relined them and you put a little bit of stipple shading in it. Until it heals out, it's going to look a little funky because you have fresh on top of old. It's all right. It's all right. I don't know.
There's a few spots, but
there are for sure. I guess that's a decent thing to do if you're really wanting to tattoo and maybe
follow
just
no tattoo.
Yeah, it's a thought. Never really thought about that.
No.
I guess, you know. Probably bit off more than you should chew at this current moment, in my opinion. It's not bad. And I think that later on you're going to go back into this and really freshen up some more. But the saturations are a little off. Excuse me. A little bit light. But I don't know. I'd love to see this one healed.
Yeah,
line work's about on par with the last one. It's a little shaky.
Been better off with the fatter line around outside and throat hair. You know, fatter black line.
Yeah.
This anime, manga style or whatever it is. It just, I'm not saying super heavy, but I think it would have just looked a bit better with a fatter line round it. And like you say, colours could do with being punched in a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not horrible. Horrible.
No. I don't think it's horrible either. I think you'll probably, like I said, you might want to later on after you learn a little bit more, go back in there. But if you haven't messed around on fake skin, I highly encourage you to, Jamie, because excuse me, it's going to help. You got a little taste of real skin now. If you go mess around some fake skin and then get the opportunity to go back to real skin, it's going to be a big improvement. It's a chance to really hone skills, work on stuff, see what different line weights are for, practice soft shading, stipple shading. You get the mix. So if you haven't done that, definitely do that. John right here. I don't know. Let's click on his. I haven't even read it. John's out in Dubai. Guys, thanks to hear some advice to you guys, Dave and Andy. Gotta go. It's 4 a.m. here in Dubai. I like the stream and shared it right. Hey, thank you so much, John. And thank you for sharing your work with us. Super cool, man. I wish you all the best, man. All right, guys. What time are we looking? All right, we're going to do just a couple more. I'm sorry I could not get to everybody today, as usual. Dylan. Oh, Dylan. It looks nice, Dylan. I love the boldness. Big bold lines.
First glance, I'm liking the line.
I know, yeah. Oh, and he started doing some shading down here. I really like that too. The shading work in there is nice as well. Dude, I like this. I would wear this one for sure.
It's nice. It works. It reads, and it's nice light. And it, believe it or not, it still kept it nice, light, and airy. This, and it still reads really well. Maybe a little bit, a tiny little bit of darker shading in here and there, just to give it that tiny little bit more of depth. But that's.
Yeah, I hope it's not done. And if it is done, then I guess what you're saying rings even more true, right? I hope that it's not. I hope that they go back in and put some real. I mean, you could put some black underneath this chin somewhere and pop this face forward. Same in here. Put some depth in the mouth and really, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly what you're saying. Push stuff around because down here it looks like it's a little bit darker. Like they started to shade and then things got really light as they went up. So hopefully another round in that one. Hopefully. I don't click the videos. I said I don't download stuff, but I did have to download that portrait of myself that somebody did because that was too cool.
You couldn't not.
I know. Yeah, I just thought that was really cool. That somebody went, oh look, they sent
Oh,
us the better photo. Okay, here we go. We'll start down here. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think this is pretty nice. Yeah, not too bad. These are healed too, so any of those little imperfections kind of smooth themselves out as well.
yeah.
So, Danik,
Colour's not bad enough. It's, like I said,
Danik,
they're
did you
not.
just leave it? You just leave us $10. What the heck you doing, Danik? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You didn't even say anything, man. Well, thanks, Danik. I really appreciate that, man. I just didn't mean to interrupt Andy there, but I looked over. What the heck is that thing? Still not used to seeing super chats. So thanks, Danik. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support on the channel.
It's down payment for his back piece. He's booked in now, Dave. That's it. Look,
That's it. I didn't
we've
realize
got.
it, but he
You
booked in
got
for the
57, 55 people just witnessed his down payment for his back piece.
So they're waiting to see it. Going to be on in a few months. Yeah.
And you've got to do it live.
Right. Absolutely have to. Oh shoot! Thanks again, Danny. Appreciate it, man. But I'm still not doing that UV back piece, man. If you get that done, let me see it. I would do it to meet you, though. I'd do it just because I think it's cool to meet new people.
They're not bad little pieces, these.
No, they're nice. They're nice. Yeah, looks good. I think they look good. I like the little bit of green in the eyes.
There's a couple little bits on some lines. Lines, is it? Don't know. Look a bit fuzzy. Is it?
Yeah, that's a blowout. There.
That's a blowout. There is a little bit of fuzziness. But
yeah.
Don't know how long they've been. Lines got, if they've been in a long time anyway, over age, lines do go fuzzy over age anyway if they've been in a long time. But I would imagine that these have been in too long.
Yeah, true.
No, they're not bad at all.
No,
not bad.
No, I bet they learned something here. Look where they're at. They're pretty close to the knee. Things change everywhere you're at. You got a little bit of blowouts, but they look to be one pass lines that, they just went one pass a little too deep. Oh, crap. What happened? Here we go. Let's click on this one now. Here we go. So we'll start at the top here. We'll end with the last guy. These also, in my opinion, look pretty good. We do still have a little bit of fuzziness around the outside. I don't know if that's just the lines, but you see a little bit more
lines missing on top of world.
Oh, true. So we're definitely learning some stuff here. I like the color work. We're leaving some open skin and whatnot. Yep. Some good stuff going on here. Got a little bit of a fade down here. It's legible. It's not bad. I think you're moving in a decent direction. I think just kind of keep an eye on those lines, maybe pull them back just a slight bit, but they do appear to be like some real smooth one-pass lines. It's just some of them come with a little bit too much depth, and obviously that comes with a bit of a haze and a blowout. But
just pull your needles back.
That's it.
Just try pulling your needles back into your machine a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thanks for sending that. We're gonna hit the Jaja. I'm sure I'm haha arts and crafts. I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be. Hey, my name is Jay. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been at it 10 months, not cons. These were the last two I did after a 2-week break. Please be brutally honest. Okay, so 10 months. These are the last two that they did after a 2-week break. Guys, before I click this, like the video. If you haven't liked this stream, give the stream a like. All right, here we go. 10 months, 2 weeks after. Well, I think the lines look decent, not bad. A couple, had to go gone back over, but overall, them lines aren't bad. I think the color is really just flat, super flat. Some of the lines still could be a bit better, but yeah. I mean, this is like a Pepto Bismol pink or something.
Yeah,
and it's just like you said, it's like one shade pinker than the skin.
Yeah.
So,
but like you said, looking at the line work, the line work's not too bad. Few lines have been double passed. But aside from colour, looking at the lines are not too bad at all. quite easy to judge on this.
Yeah, absolutely. But for line work though, not bad. You know what I mean? Like not bad there. But
Script.
This is pretty clean looking
I want to say
script.
it looks
Yeah, it is clean looking.
looking clean.
And I hate script, so I mean this looks nice. Yeah, nice job. All right, so for getting back into it, I think your lines and your script, nice. I think this suffers from poor color choice, and there's no dimension in it at all. So that's another.
No,
flat.
so like I say, if we throw that aside and just look at the line work, still needs a little bit of work. Still, every day's a practice. Every day's a practice day. And as long as you keep going forward and don't start going backwards with your lines,
That's it. That's it.
Should be okay.
Yeah, and Danik, if you do ever get that UV stuff on your back, please, again, share it with all of us. Yeah, Danik sent me a video of some Matrix stuff, and that's looking over at the chat, and everyone's like trying to figure out what the heck we were talking about. Same one. Okay, we're gonna do. Let's see what time is it. Oh, we're really pushing it. All right, so we're gonna probably be the last. Holy smokes, there's like 40 of them in this one. Yeah, this is going to unfortunately be the last one, guys. I apologize. We go in order. We do the best we can. There's always people who are unhappy after the stream. I get that. So I thank you guys for patiently waiting, patiently sending your work in. Hopefully we'll get you guys next week. So there is a lot going on here. Let's get to it. My first one I ever did, I drew it up, and then the person wanted me to tattoo it. I said, no, I never tattooed before. And he said, if you can draw this good, you can tattoo it. Well, clearly they have no idea what they're talking about, obviously. It's like, I can't do this. You can. If you can look me in the eyes, then you can draw it. Second tattoo I did on myself on my left forearm. I didn't know how much pressure to put, and I couldn't stretch my skin. So don't do it, but you did it. Third tattoo, I drew it up, Disney letters, but her skin wasn't taking the ink. I don't know why. I doubt it was her skin, okay? Doubt it was her skin. The rest are just my drawings I did myself. I would like to hear your thoughts on these. I don't tattoo regularly. I don't want to do this, though, because I love... What? All right. I would love to hear your thoughts on these. I don't tattoo regularly. I don't want to do this, though, because I love drawing. Don't get that last statement. Yeah.
She don't want to tattoo because she loves drawing.
Okay.
She loves drawing, but she don't want to tattoo. Yeah. That's how it comes across. But if that's the case, don't do it. Don't let people dictate to your life.
Absolutely, because I can already see from here, just these little squares.
It's not going to end well.
It's not. No. I'm going to tell you to stop doing what you're doing, or advise that you don't tattoo nobody. That if you're going to do this, you work on your drawing more, get better at drawing. Unfortunately, it sounds rude. It just is what it is. And then practice on fake skin if you're going to continue down this road. Because if not, the person is going to live with it forever. Or they're going to go find Andy, and they're going to pay $1,800 in 2 years to get this stuff removed.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's take a look at this real quick. Right? I know Andy's in the same boat right now, huh? Yeah. Go ahead, Andy. I'll let you take it. You know what I'm going to
do. If you can't draw it, I'm not being funny, Dave, but if you can't draw it, you can't tattoo it.
You can't. Now, if the lines aren't smooth with a pencil, what makes you think they're going to be smooth?
This is your roadmap. This is your roadmap. And if you've got a wonky line on the stencil, you're going to have a wonky line on the skin.
Absolutely.
And I won't care. I've tattooed this design numerous times because there's one exactly the same and it says daughter. So I've done this. The amount of times I've done this tattoo, mother and daughter one, is unbelievable.
So, okay. And we're in the same boat here. Again, if the lines are scratchy when you're drawing it, it's not going to look good on a tattoo. It's just not. If the stars are all over the place, they're not, there it is. There's the daughter one.
Told you.
There it is.
Yep.
So, yeah. And this, I'm going to be straight up. This doesn't look good. So it's only going to get worse when you go to skin. Okay, there's the mother again. All right, look, the drawing, unfortunately, is not that great. Okay, and if the drawing is not that great, and you're doing the same thing, taking that drawing and putting it on skin, it's only going to get worse.
This person needs to hone their art skills in before they go any further.
Right.
And I'll be honest, Dave, I've had people come to me and ask for an apprenticeship that can draw better than this, but still can't draw to a level that I would let them begin to start tattooing at. I've always said to them, go away, practice your artwork a bit more, you know what I mean? Come back, get your portfolio together type thing, you know what I mean? Let me see your artwork progress and see where you've got to. I mean,
yeah, this is.
I didn't even say it. I honestly didn't even say it, because this artwork that I'm looking at here, Dave, reminds me of somebody that's maybe in just age range, maybe just going to double figures, 10, 11, 12, 14, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 12, 13, maybe 14. Just
anybody wants to roast anybody in comics for being awful, you can roast me. Because I said it, not Dave.
It's fine. I mean, sometimes you have to say. I mean, it's unfortunate, but if you're just drawing, you can go, all right, man, here's what I would do from a drawing standpoint, blah, blah, blah. But you're talking about taking your drawings and then we're going to later see you put this into human skin. I think there is a definite time where, you know, this is one of those moments. There's usually at least one per episode here where we have to say, no, stop. Don't do that. There's no direction here. And like you said, Andy, this is poor. Again, these lines aren't straight, and we're talking about on paper where you have an eraser. Yeah, all right. And, you know, here we are. What you need to do is this: if you're learning how to draw, start here and keep learning. You have like so much time to just hang out, enjoy learning how to draw, get better at it, learn to shade, watch tutorials. Like, just instead of diving into the tattoo game, dive into the drawing arts game. You know what I mean? Like, go to YouTube and dig in deep in that stuff. And then in a year or so, when, you know, circle back. Oh, I sound like, oh, never mind. I'm never going to use the word circle back ever again. Here where I'm at, that's like, anyhow.
Honestly, this is a sword, Dave. This is a sword. Two perfectly straight edges on either side. Do you know what I mean with the thing? Can I ask something? Why don't they use a ruler?
Right, you're on paper. You can use a ruler. I mean, and then, and if you're trying to learn, if you're trying to draw like you would tattoo, don't sketch. You can't really sketch very much in tattoo. I mean, you can, but for where we're at and what we're talking about, we're not sketching. I mean, it's put the needle in, run the line. There are definitely people who have mastered that the sketching style, but it's a bit slower and blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're moving on because there's about 40 photos of all the same. Okay.
There should be some. Oh. Yeah, well, I'm not being funny. We understand this person can't get lines down can't get lines down on paper. Now, this, and like we've said, people in effect are going to be wearing this for 20, 30 years or whatever. And I mean, this is beyond, well, it's rough.
Man, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is like scarred, man. Luckily some of it will fall out. Actually, some of this I look at will fall out, but not enough of it. Dude.
It looks like it's been all scribbled in with a fine liner, and that's stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. Please stop tattooing. Stop tattooing. But if you want to carry on tattooing, learn your art skills, bring your art skills along. Get yourself some fake skin. Go on YouTube, look for art tutorials, look for tattooing tutorials. Come away from skin. At least on fake skin, you can throw it on bin. Learn to draw on paper.
Yeah.
Learn to shade.
Oh, man. I wouldn't even, I mean, on this, man, it's tough because I know like we're poop on people's dreams, but sometimes they got to reevaluate dreams and ideas and thoughts and where they're at. But I wouldn't even say mess with fake skin. I mean, like Andy said, I think you just want to just stick on paper for a while, like master that. Don't even just put the tattoo stuff away for a while. If people will tell you, my goodness, if people want you to get that stuff out, look, you tell them we told you no, all right? So they're gonna be mad at the random internet people.
Yeah, they can come a bit pissed at me if they want. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've said no. But this is, it looks like they've done it, and then there's still that same liner in, and it's like they thought they'd been colouring in with a crayon, and I mean, some of the lines aren't even there.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's rough. Man. Oh, what Smoke says, man, I wouldn't roll up my sleeve on my chef uniform for the rest of my time in the kitchen if I had those tattoos. Dude, Smoke, you're a chef, man? You're a cook? Dude, that's awesome. Oh, no.
Oops.
Oh, no. Yeah,
I'll be honest, this won't take much to laser off. Won't this one? But then again, it won't take much to cover, would it?
Yeah, no, this needs. Well, hopefully the other ones end up healing out like this, if you will, because you could find somebody else. If somebody came with me with this, and they wanted to do something with it, all right, cool. Like I can do something with this, no problem.
I could do something.
It's like wide open, pretty much. All right. I mean, look at the stencil. Come on, the stencil's not right. All right. Okay. All right. How many more Oh no. Somebody take the machine away from this person. Rest in peace. This is a memorial to somebody. Doris. Poor Doris. Gone but not forgotten. Oh man. All right. Man. All right. Yeah. Some of these they said were on themselves.
This is a tribute. And you've done this. And it's like,
yeah, that's not cool, man. I mean, there's no even point in zooming in on any of this. Like
it's jacked. Jacked has been nice. Even just saying that these are jacked has been nice.
Right.
But it's like I said again, stencil. Look at it. It's not.
It's all crooked here. Look at this. Ooh. So even if you nailed every one of these lines the way you drew it, you're still gonna end up with something that's not cool. That you're not. All right. There's a guy in the chat. Martial arts has been. Hey, do one more. He's the next one. This is it. I'm sorry, be bad. I'm sorry, be bad. But this is the last of it. We're gonna hit martial arts and then jump off. We got to end it on a better note than the last one.
Can't leave it on that one.
Not a good note to finish on. Thank you, Justin. That is 100% correct. Hi there. Martial arts has been tattooing for his name's Luke. 9 months. Would love to hear some tips and feedback. Okay. All right. We'll start down here.
Ooh. Yeah.
I like this one.
I like this. Do you know what stands out to me on this one?
What's that?
The branch. The actual branch itself. The colours he's got in it. The line work. How he's done the line work. Sculpted it in. Sculpted it there. Like a branch should be.
And the details were put into it.
And the colour in the branch is... And the flowers. The part I'm not 100% with is the bird.
Right. I saw it too.
I think it could have been a bit more colourful to go with this piece. I think it's quite toned down and muted, and
especially for how airy everything is, huh?
Yeah, and it just back of it into its tail just looks a bit funky, just looks a bit weird. But that branch, if I'd have taken that bird out of it and that branch and them flowers, yeah,
heck yeah, man! And I like the little H over here too. It looks nice.
It's nice little clean H, that, isn't it?
And where they're at is actually, it looks like the arm over the armpit going on to the chest, and that's a mixture of awkwardness, real gummy area. So nice job. Nice job.
It's
hey, this is pretty clean too. Yeah, I like the line weights in this. Um, yeah, clean piece in my
Nice.
opinion. Clean
Clean.
piece. Yeah.
Now, and if you look at it, it looks symmetrical.
Right. Right.
It looks in right place.
Yeah, I
If
like that.
the only place I would point anything out, and this has been super picky, and don't, but I don't know whether it's the on the left hand side top of one of the spikes. Looks like he's might have got a bit of his line weight might be a bit thicker on the top of the point there,
Over
just
here.
there. Yeah, it may
Yeah.
just look like the line weight compared to the rest of the line that comes down.
Right.
Just seems to stand out, but then again, it could be out angle at camera and lighting.
Yep.
But it's nice. It's nice. What I like to say about this one, it's nice and symmetrical.
Yeah, and the lines, even the fine little lines down here in this bottom one, this probably got the most detail. Little dimies, little swoopies throughout here. Nice.
Nice bit of dot
like I said,
work
we're
in there.
zoomed in. We're zoomed in a little bit there. Yeah. Nice job. Nice job. Ooh, I like this. I
This
like
is
this.
nice. Delicate
Yeah,
little piece.
Yeah. And what's interesting here is that you'll go through and be like, oh, there's pieces missing. Well, that's what the image looks like. And that's why from the right distance, it gives you that, that proper look. The lines are smooth. The whites put in nicely. That's a nice piece.
The
I
whites,
like the leaves or the
nice use of white. Nice use of white in this one.
Yeah, not overdone, but done right.
Yeah,
it could be tough sometimes with white. Oh, I like this too, man.
Oh yeah.
I think I like the black in there. I would have to render it out again to see like if you could find little spots to tuck a little bit more black. But I think there's enough. Yeah, nice job, man. I like it. Maybe the next photo will give us another angle on it. Yep. There we go. Cool piece, man. Just a fun one to do as well, I think. Yeah, that looks like a fun tattoo.
Great looking piece.
Yeah, nice job. All right, martial arts. Thanks, man. I'm glad that we checked yours out. I'm glad we were able to do that. Big screen again, big heads here. Let me move some stuff around as we start the goodbye process, guys. So, again, to the 40-some people who are still here, if you would like to follow myself, you can follow me here at this Instagram, DaveInks.88, Facebook, Death Punch Inc. All right, take a look. Good to go. Bam. Now we're going to show you Andy B's. You want to find Andy B? Find him at LS Inc. 2019 or on Facebook at LS Inc. Tattoo. Andy, you got anything you want to share with anybody before we?
No, not really. Like I say, it's not been a bad now. We only had I think there were two. I think that obviously second to last one were worst one. But
yeah. I thought this was a pretty good week.
But pretty good week. We didn't run out of emails this week.
No, we didn't. There was still more. Yep.
But like I say, nice to see, and it's nice to see everybody in chat, getting along, helping each other out. And
that's the best, dude.
It is. It is. And like I say, everything seems to be going okay. Keep sending them. All I've got to do is keep sending them in, and keep working.
Yep.
You know what they say.
Yep.
Every day's a learning day. You're always learning, and you need to be your own worst critique when you're doing these things. You've got to be able to stand back once you've done. Look at your work from top to bottom and be able to critique your own work. Are you there, Dave?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Where you gone, Dave?
I can hear you. Let's see. Can we change some stuff? Hello, hello. Everything.
Dave,
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you just froze up and disappeared.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Uh, same thing happened there too. I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me, and I could see you, but you kept freezing. So
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Guess we're back though.
Yeah, you've been quite pixely,
Blurry, blotchy,
blurry, and that tonight.
I wonder if it's been my connection or whatnot. I don't know. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so we get one internet provider. So, anyhow, so what a time to fail right at the end. At least if it were to go bad, at least the whole, for the most part, we are done anyhow. But yeah, they said I was stuck in the matrix there, so it must have been me. On my end, obviously, everything looks fantastic, and what's happening? So, nonetheless, guys, but I thank everybody for being here.
Yeah,
it was cool to see your guys' work. Everything come right back up on my screen. I was like, oh, I guess it rebooted us. It's a good thing the portrait of Dave didn't look like this image right here. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay. That's got to be a good one.
I'll tell you what, your face.
Yeah. Anyhow, so
it was like that,
right? Is that what? Oh my! This is like dial-up, Dave. Oh no! Yeah, I wish I was paying like it was dial-up. Anyhow, though, let's get off here before my internet craps out anymore. I thank you guys for being here. It was a good one to see the different work. Till next time, guys.